They will definitely have something for you to craft with, and everything you craft with will be top quality and beautiful. So make sure you don't miss the Stamperia shows.
Hello, I'm Barbara.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're Scarlet Rose Crafts. We're a family-run business and our aim is to bring new and innovative new products to the crafting industry.
We've both been involved in crafting industry for many years and we're continuing to move forward with our new company now.
The Easy Mat Plate is our flagship product, followed by our innovative Easy Shim product.
Our range includes diamond trail plates, ultra-sized dies, cards and sticky sheets.
We're constantly developing new and unusual products, so watch this space.
On our shows, we hope to inspire you with our products so that you can carry on crafting, because our motto is, because we can.
Hi, I'm Sarah from White Gecko Craft Lounge. We have a little shop in Dinas Powys, which is between Cardiff and Barry, so right by the seaside, and we were established 6 years ago. There's 3 of us that run the business. It's myself, Sarah Jane and Sian, and we have a host of volunteers and community members that help out too. Of White Gecko is to really inspire you to start sewing. We'd like to get people crafting and start that sewing process. A lot of patterns and kits are perfect for beginners to use. It's a real wonderful, mindful way to start that journey into sewing. So don't miss the White Gecko shows.
Flextravaganza! That was not bad. I can't do that in the afternoon, but while it's sort of, you know, got that sort of really deep, husky voice that, you know, I've definitely got the face for radio and the voice for it just there, but it gets higher as the day goes on, so I thought I'd get in early. Good morning. Good morning. How are we all? 7 o'clock. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Are you still under your duvet? Are you still under somebody else's? So, stop it. Anyway, it's lovely to be with you on a Tuesday morning. I have got the pleasure of waking up next to Tina, everybody.
Hello. Morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning. How are we?
I'm really well, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Oh, but we've got a lovely hour together.
Yes, I know.
And you sat
Didn't
down.
even be here.
We're here together. I know. Well, it was like buses because we hadn't had anything together for a long time.
No, nothing.
Then we had a show, and we managed to get another one together.
We did.
I don't
While
think
they weren't looking, I think we just penciled it
They
in.
didn't see the last one, so we managed to we profiled that one in, which is good. So let's make the most of it before we're taken off air. Always a pleasure to be with you. Always a pleasure. We're going to be taking you. We are. It's going really well. Good morning, everybody, by the way, if you're watching. I think we're on Facebook Live as well. Are we on that time? Yeah, we are. Good morning, everybody. So, good morning. We want to say good morning to Heather, to Dave, to everybody.
Morning,
really.
morning, Heather, Diamond, Dave.
And everybody, and everybody else. It's not just the 3 of them sat around a table.
And everyone.
Like the UN. No, it's lovely to have everybody with us this morning. Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Right then, it is Flextravaganza. It is, which means that you can just have £1 in your basket, basically, and you can spread the cost for that over 2 payments. So really easy. A great idea for gifts.
Absolutely.
So you can spread the cost for those, or those little treats for yourself, or if you're just stocking up. Great way of doing that and spreading the cost before Christmas. Now, it does end on Friday, so make hay, as they say. Right, we'll take you down the counter. We've got lots of lovely samples to share with you. We are dealing with paper rose, and we have got straight away to talk to you regarding our brand new die for you here. Great price on this, £12.49. I'm going to go in for a demo. I'm going to show you I'm going to show. There we are, and then wait for it. Landscape. So.
Wow. Oh my God! I'm not needed.
I could have got a chair for that. and sat down. Right, so using this die, I take it we're going to be working with this in
We are.
said
That's going to
demos.
be our first demo because it is absolutely gorgeous. I love it.
When we had a little chat about the show earlier on, you were saying you really, what is it you particularly like about this one itself?
Well, because you know I like my mixed media,
Yes.
and I think this can be used, I mean, well, they all can be used in mixed media. And this one just adds like a little bit of, it's not neat, and I don't, you know, that's not me. Neat isn't me.
Right. No.
So I like little bits that jot out here and there and everywhere, and I like the fact that I can cut it in 2 different colours and pop some of those like diamonds back in as well.
Oh,
and
right, yeah,
I
get a
can
piece
cut
in.
it loads and loads of times and fill the back of my page with it as well.
Do you know what I love about this? I'd imagine this could be actually quite grungy.
Yes.
But also, equally, very nice if you were to put like little roses in as a trellis kind of style. It can be very pretty or completely
I've prettied myself down a bit. I've like, you know, or should I say, prettied myself up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do pretty-ish cards.
Pretty-ish.
Yeah.
I like an ish. 691077, brand new on. Grab this one wherever you got it. It is absolutely brand new on the show. Are we going to continue on down? Oh, get me 10,000 steps up early today. Right, is this a bundle?
Gorgeous.
Was I in the meeting? I'm asking lots of questions. And they said, you should know this. I should. Oh, yes, I remember this one now, because look at the offer. Half price offer, usually $39.96, $19.98 off, meaning it's only $19.98. And that $19.98, if you wanted to, was also a great year, but you could actually put that into your basket and you could actually spread the cost of that. That would be how much? $9.99. Spread the cost.
Yeah.
You're getting 6 dies here in total. Tina, you do a lovely little bit of voicing over. I will stand and hold. Not in hold, because I'm not on Strictly.
Before I forget as well, can I thank Sam and Carolyn for their gorgeous, gorgeous samples.
This is
they
Carolyn.
are amazing, these girls. They really are.
Straight away, got one from Carolyn here.
Lovely. Yeah, brilliant.
Really pretty, really beautiful,
that.
actually.
Isn't that just gorgeous?
Yeah.
Really is. And look how you can, you know, how she's coloured the different things. And what she's used is she's actually used the papers from the paper pad that we've got. And look at, doesn't that just match? It matches so beautifully, the colours that she's used. I love
Very
this.
different feel about that now, just in pure whites with that
I
same
love
as
that.
well.
So you can go as simple as you like with that. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got the stamps that we've got coming up where you can get those sentiments as well. And I love how she's blended like them behind as well. I think that's beautiful.
very, very pretty indeed. I'll show you one more as well. From this one, with love. So you have got your 6 dies in total in this particular kit. It's a really great bundle, actually, if you want to work your florals, etc. Really lovely with all of those you can get. And that price point is phenomenal. Half price deal on this, 311 177. Did you say we had a message in already this morning? Oh, from Sam.
Oh, hi, Sam.
Good morning, Scott and Tina, she says. Wow, what great prices. Yeah, absolutely true. They really are as well. Absolutely loved working with these as well. And looking forward to Tina's demos.
Oh, no
pressure's
pressure.
on. The pressure's on already.
No pressure.
No pressure's on. It's like not even 7:10 and Sam's already adding on the pressure. Adding on. Very good morning, Sam. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for being with us as well this morning. Lovely to hear from you. Yeah, great prices. Really good. Half price deal on that. 311 177. Right, the butterflies. Now, they don't just have to be for hiding mistakes. Every time I hear one people go, oh, put a splodge on that, put a butterfly on it.
Yeah, that's it.
But
absolutely.
If I show, look, lovely Tina has done one here for us as well.
Yeah,
Look at this. I was going to say, we are doing butterflies an absolute disservice if we're always thinking that they are there is to cover up mistakes when you can do absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these are beautiful. This is really lovely, Tina.
Oh, thank you. I've got a mixture of the different dyes there. So the butterflies and the foliage and the centrepiece are from that group. Sorry, the butterflies are on their own, but the centre and the foliage is from the group of dyes that we had previously.
Yes, just a second, yeah.
And then in the background behind the centre cutout is another dye which, oh my gosh, I absolutely love. So I've popped that behind as well.
That's cool, that.
Yeah, just so it sort of matches in, and it matches like in the silver with the butterflies.
That is that's a head turner really on that, because of all the way
thank
it sort of
you.
sparkles and catches the light, which is
Yeah.
lovely.
It's so when you've got the dies, you know, you've got your dies, you've got your papers, all you need is some glue. And
Yes,
that's it. You're away.
yeah,
It's
and
absolutely
create.
brilliant. Yeah.
Now, in contrast, I'm going to show you one that we've just been speaking or hearing from Sam. Let me show you that with just the simplicity, lovely work in the background, but then
I
just
love
that
that.
one with the foil there,
Yeah.
just again.
I love how both girls, that they've used the squares, which is another die that we've got coming up, where you have like the actual outer part, and then you have the squares and the rectangles that go in it. And I love how they've used those
It's nice,
like
isn't
that
it,
and created
actually?
their own background.
And I want to show one more, which is a very different feel, again by Sam on this.
That is
But
stunning.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. Absolutely stunning. I love that. So it looks like she's got some spritz going on there. So she's got like a spray like ink or something like that that she's got going on. That's got some metallic in it, and it's really,
it catches the light,
yeah,
doesn't it?
it's just, I love it. I really love it.
Very nicely. So you're getting your 2 die sets, the Vanessa Butterfly and the Elegance Flourish. So 3 dies in total. The Flourish is really beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, if you're looking for that lovely sort
If you haven't got a flourish, then this is a brilliant one, because it's quite a nice size. If I just hold one in my hand, if that's okay.
Yeah,
so
yes.
you can see that, I mean, and my hands are quite big as well. So it's a lovely, lovely size, and you can cut it down as well, so you don't have to use it as is. It can be cut down. And
very
you've just got a
nice.
lovely starting point. And obviously, if you cut it more than one time, you can build it up as well. So you've got, you know, like a bigger scroll. But it's really beautiful.
Yeah, very pretty indeed. Taking a hit on the price on that one as well again. £16.98 down to just £12.98.
Yeah.
So really, again, fabulous offer. Early bird catching lots of worms this morning, 908213. So I like to say this, when you get prices like this, if you snooze, you lose. So don't miss out on these ones. Right, now probably some of the biggest dies actually on here. Really lovely actually. Getting number 2 and number 3 for the circlip layered background dies on this. A massive saving again that you're waking up to here. £18. Taking it right the way down now from rather nearer the £40 to under the £20 mark, which is a massive saving, isn't it?
It really is, and this is a really, really substantial size die. It really is. So, I mean, you've got some ones here.
I'm going to show straight in with the black and white on this to work with it.
Look at that, and that's been cut into as well, so you don't have to use it as is. So the bottom one is how it, you know, how it cuts, and then they've cut into it again. This is the ornate one, and then the one that you can use behind the ornate one if you want to, or as a standalone, that's been cut into again to give you that smaller one. So that's a brilliant, brilliant idea.
In fact, when you do look at this one, well, all of them, really, both of them, but when you are looking in there, there are so many parts in there, isn't it, that you could just take it right the way down to that central flower.
Yeah,
image.
you can. If you wouldn't mind showing just the one that I did up this end.
This one here?
No, up this end. Right next to the one that you show. This end.
This end?
Yeah, there. That one
there?
in front, and next to
this
it.
One?
That's it. Sorry, Scott.
I tell you what, I should have put in more tonic.
Oh dear, sorry.
It was easier herding pets then, wasn't it? It would have
what
been
I wanted to show was what's inside of this one, actually.
Oh, shall I open it up now?
Yeah, you're not even listening to me now, are
I can't even. Who said that? Did you make this by any chance?
Yeah. So
that's why you want me to show it, isn't it?
No, I want to show you the 3D thing. See? So if you move your hand so it pops out on its own.
I tell you
that's
what.
It.
Do you want to do it?
You're holding me little springy bits back. There we go.
Someone's got to. Someone's got to. Oh, look, is that okay like this? I'm just going to show all angles now. Look, now we can see it.
That's it. That's better.
6 years I've been doing this. You wouldn't know it, would you? Feels like it today. Blimey, I've aged.
So, yes.
I'll be losing my hair next.
Oh, that's it. Blame me.
What am I doing now? I'm still holding it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was just to show you that you could stick them together.
Yeah, you can. You can stick them together, everybody. Oh, tell you what, is it nearly 8? Right, I've got another one to show. Look at this one. This is Sam's.
I don't know.
Sam's very easy. Look, Nice and easy. There
Lovely,
we go.
isn't it? Isn't that gorgeous?
It is lovely, that. Working
Very,
again
very
with
nice.
those, with the foliage,
Yep,
for
the
the
foliage
earlier
there,
sets.
and she made her own little flowers. Ooh,
Very pretty.
I like those.
19, it's not yours. 1998, 110587.
That's told me.
She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She wants to kill me. Right.
Shall I save you some time?
Yeah. Is this one that you? Yeah. I'm just going to hold them all up. This is what you were talking about with the blocks.
Yes. Isn't that gorgeous?
That's very contemporary,
Yeah.
isn't it? Working,
so
actually.
you can have like 2 rectangles in the centre there. You could have all 4 squares if you want to.
Yeah, that's good.
Mixture of both. You can leave some out as well. I just love how the girls have loaded these up. I really do.
Really
they're
good price point.
amazing.
This actually only $9.99 for this
my.
7522228. Fill
That
your
is
basket
good.
with that. Even that $9.99. If that's the only thing you buy in this hour within your basket. You can also put that on your FlexiPay if you wanted to. Again, so just around about £5 each on that. So if you want to take advantage, 7522228. Sometimes those smaller, those simpler ones in that just give you so much freedom
Yeah.
to work with, though, don't they?
Yeah,
which is
absolutely
great.
do.
Why have I got these ones here with that
I
one?
think that's the next one.
Ah,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking. And that one as well. Let's go. It's going well. So, should we move down? Yes, it is. The next one. 2 on our stamps that we've got for you here, which are your thanks a bunch. And what'll I do? 15... Wow, okay, the 15 stamps in total, so huge amount here for the price. Usual price, £37.98. £25 reduction on this to £12.98.
word.
I feel like definitely a happy hour on this.
What?
That is it is a happy hour offer.
Yeah.
Take advantage on this one. That is brilliant for that. 15 stamps for £25 saving.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So I show some of these that, and the other nice thing about this is the image is a nice big, that could be just that one stamp like we see here
Yeah.
that you can work with. I mean, they do work really beautifully, and again, Tina has done these ones for us to have a look at, and they're a lovely filler, aren't they, for that lovely feature?
They are, yeah. So you can get all your different colouring mediums into these if you want to. I've used the distress inks,
Right.
and then I've pulled in a little bit to show you some
I really love that,
shadings,
Tina.
which I'm going to
They're
do in the
gorgeous.
first demo as well. But
And-
I just love it because you don't, if you don't want to colour everything, but you want to get some shading, that's a great way to do it.
And so you've done these as well then in
Yes.
materials? So
Yeah, so I stamped onto some materials and then I embroidered the colours in.
That's a really lovely idea. Really lovely idea. Really, really fantastic offer on these stamps. We say 15 in total. Do please grab these whilst you can. I'm just going to pop this one out as well. Again, they're lovely, as you saw there in the way that Tina had done them. Really very naturalistic and very soft with those browns,
stunning, isn't
etc.
it?
But
Isn't that
for
stunning?
colouring in,
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love that.
really, really pretty. 697,651. It's a phenomenal reduction. £25 off on this one, so it's only £12.98. So do grab those ones whilst you can. We have just a couple more, literally, to share with you on the counter. We're taking all the way down. And so this is a brilliant background, actually, for this. I want to go straight in and show you it on the bag. But very much a little bit like the sort of the trellis one, the sort of earlier on with that die. But this is very funky, like
It really is, isn't it? I mean, it's great. I mean, you could sort of like bend some of those over as well, couldn't you? So you can get those little arrows and then bend them backwards. So if you're using a double-sided paper,
Oh, okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
of
then
course.
you'd
Both sides.
so that you can see both sides of those. But it looks like they've stenciled as well with those. I've used them as a stencil behind that butterfly.
On here,
Yeah,
yes,
that's what it
yes,
looks like
is.
from
So it
here,
has been
like-
cut through, but then also
Stenciled.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
Very nice. This.
Look
What's
at
her name
it.
as well? Charlotte.
Oh.
A bit like our producer there, but this one's a decorative
Yeah.
background die, and the other one is a producer. £11.99, and it's a £5 saving here as well. Good offer that. 027431. What do you think of Charlotte? Do you like Charlotte?
She's nice.
She's lovely,
Yeah.
isn't she? She's
I do sort of like question what she had in that can this morning, though.
Wow, yeah, I don't think it was a Wasn't
She
her
went on and
first
she
can
said, it's
either.
orange juice. And I thought, well, I didn't ask.
No, a little bit too defensive. I know what you mean. I did offer to put that empty can into the recycling. She wouldn't let me near it. Right, everybody. It's honestly encourageable. Right, next set, another £7 saving on here we have for you here. 4 dies in total. So you've got the Emily's quilt block and the Margaret's quilt block. So under £15 here, £14.98. I suppose with dies like this, it's best to show them straight again in situ, really, to see what you can achieve with these.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Again, it's a little bit like the one we saw, the other one with the rectangle. Really contemporary and a great one that you're going to just go back to time and time again.
Use them together as well. If you've got, you know, if you're going to go for both of them, use them together. They are fantastic.
That's really nice. And again, in the colours, you can see here, you make me smile.
So, I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. But again, you could pop some of your foam behind them as well and make them different levels. Yeah, so that, you know, just so much you can do with these.
Very different again. 522 468, £7 saving, £14.98. Right, last but not least, we have the decorative corner dice. Is this one you were using under the butterfly as well? Did you have this one in there?
Yes, I did. I love this. Oh my gosh. This is, I must admit that this is one of my favourites on the show. It really is. I love it.
What is it about this particular one for you,
It's just so ornate,
yeah.
You know? And you can use it as it's been used there and make it as a background. And that just looks stunning, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It makes the card look so expensive. It really does.
Like you say, that lovely filigree and that detail.
Yeah. And if you imagine, if you stuck that to some... like of your grey board, I think we got grey board on the show actually. So if you stuck that to your grey board and then let it dry completely, and then put some like paint over.
Oh yes.
And then you can highlight the different bits with your waxes. Beautiful.
Yeah, really lovely that actually. If you'd like to go for the Victorian Beautiful corner die, £8 saving, another item we've got for you under £10, £9.99, 633 140 here, which is great. Well, we've also got some options for you with regards to storage, of course. You're going to get all these wonderful dies. Where do we keep them all, of course? Well, we've got the case for you here, which will come with the 3 magnetic storage folders. £3 saving here, so again, the right side of 20 at £19.99, 597 314 is your item code for those. We've also got refills, so if you wanted to add onto your folder, of course, and keep that collection growing, then you can go for the 3 of the A4 magnetic storage refills on this one. £2 saving, so again, the right side of a tenner at £9.99. Do make the most if you're thinking about those, you know, for yourself, and you've been talking about getting some extra storage and all of those. You want to go for your extravaganza, even a £10 sort of item price you're looking at there. You can spread the cost of that if you so wish. We have got your A5 also. This is for your case with 10 magnetic sheets on here for £16.99 for your A5 size. That's 242 830 is your item code that you will need for those. And if you are building up, we talked about just bringing up some of those squares, etc., just lifting them up a little bit, then we've actually got the foam tape that you could use for those, which is going to give you 10 plus times your 2 mil, and you're going to be getting 60 metres in total. Huge amount there, with an £8 reduction, so 337 905, and you get those for £18.97. And a happy hour offer for you, 14 stamps if you'd like to go for the Holiday Home stamp set. Lots of stamps on there for you again, which has a £10 saving and takes it down to just £9.99 for this hour only. 568 539. Right, that's the counter for you. If you are just joining us this morning, lovely to have your company and with the fantastic Tina. And we're going to have a little look. Are we looking with our first brand new today as well?
We are, yes. So I've got that, and I'm going to use this within this card. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping as well. So we're going to have a little bit of mixture of what we're using.
Nice.
So I thought I'd find the smallest block that I could and put the biggest stamp on it.
That's good. That's handy. Nice.
So,
well done.
After I've done that, I will ink up. So I'm using, oh, it's so beautiful, the blossom on here. So if anyone wanted to know, I do this in the same way when I'm using the material. because it doesn't really matter what ink you use, but you can then heat set it. So if you're using this on material, if you heat set it afterwards, then it'll be fine. Just make sure obviously the material that you're using can take the heat. So I'll do those little bits around the edges first.
Yeah.
It's a good job, I'm a professional.
I tell you what, that plan of the smallest block and the largest stamp has worked well there, hasn't it?
It
really?
has. So I've put a little bit of tissue underneath just to give it some of cushioning.
We've had an email come
There.
through, and it's from lovely Helen. She doesn't call herself lovely Helen, she calls herself Helen.
Oh,
but
I bet she is lovely, though.
I bet she is. Good morning, Helen. Thank you so much, Steve, for being in touch with us
Hi,
first thing in the
Helen.
morning. She says, actually, that you two are hilarious, and it's a lovely way to wake up.
Oh,
Isn't that gorgeous? Thank you very much indeed, Helen.
you.
That's really nice. Yeah, you've got to have a little bit of a laugh, haven't you?
You
You've got a little
have.
bit of fun as
Yeah.
well. So thank you very much. Hope you have a lovely day with us as well, whatever you're doing. Thank you.
So what I've got is I've just got some water in my pen, and because I've used the Distress inks, what I can then do is just use my water pen just to take and bring the ink in to give a little bit of the shadow. So if you think about where your shadow is, then we can just take that just in, and it just gives it a really nice effect as well. But you can obviously use your different colour mediums, so you know you've got your alcohol pens and pencils, watercolour pencils, normal pencils, anything like that. You know, you can do whatever you like.
So you're literally just dragging it in
and you can
from
see
the edge.
how quickly I'm doing it as well. So, you know, I mean, I would take a little bit more time at home, but it just gives you the idea.
Yeah, and it's nice. It does actually soften it nicely.
It does.
Doesn't
It really does. So it doesn't look such a stark element, does it, on the page? So there we go.
And are you any paper you could do that with, I suppose?
This is,
Or-
on the white cardstock that we have.
Yeah.
But you can do it on the watercolour card. You can, you know, just test your pages. So if you want to see how the ink is going to, you know, react to your paper, then just test it on a smaller piece and see, you know, see how it flows,
Right.
see how it reacts. So I don't want this to flow too much.
So with the what? Are you actually squeezing it out a little bit there?
No,
Or is it just
no,
literally
no.
what's on the brush?
No, it's just what's on the brush. So you
Right.
can do. You don't have to have a water pen. You could dip in your pens, your paintbrush into water as well. So let's just do a few of these berries. And what you can also do is, if you want a little bit more intensity, then take some of your inks from your, like the pens that we get. So you can, you know, use any ones that you want to, and then just add a little bit extra on some of these little buds here.
Oh, nice.
There, just like that, just to give them.
Is that what you did with those ones in brown? On the...
I did. I didn't use extra colour on those. I just used.
Is that just taking it in again from the stamp, was it?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
taking it in from the stamp. So
Oh,
there,
lovely.
it gives you a nice little effect. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that. Oh no, something else I wanted to do first. I just saw these and I thought I'm going to bring them in. I think you must have had them on before, but you know, as I'm sort of new to Oakwood Archer, then I thought I'd just use them again. Why not? And I just want to take. I think this is such a gorgeous little stamp. Just think that again. I don't think I caught that.
Do you know what the collection's from on that one? Is it?
I think it's textured backgrounds. Textures.
Bear with everybody. We are having a good look around.
So I'm
find the
just going to
details.
bring in, because I think these are gorgeous. It just
Oh,
gives it like something different, just as corners there like that.
I thought they could be almost like reeds. If
Yeah,
it was all like that around
absolutely could.
waterways as well.
So just bringing those in. So probably our customers have had these before, and you know, you just bring them in like that. So it just gives it a little bit of something there.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to now layer up with my die cuts. So I'm I'm going to pop that one that's going to go onto there. So we'll put that to one side. But I just want to mark out my layer here. So I'm just going to put a tiny little dash in pencil there and a little dash there. I tend not to, unless I'm working on a specific size card, then I tend not to worry about measurements. I just will use, you know, by eye when I'm doing my matting and layering. But, you know, if you want to. This paper trimmer is fantastic as well, by the way. This is an Oakwood Archer one.
Something quite satisfying about having a
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what I like about this one, you press down so I can drag that along and it won't cut. So sometimes with the other ones, I've dragged it along and I've caught the edge, you know, so it won't cut unless you press it down, which is really, really good feature.
We think, our producer's been very quiet, you see, for it felt like an eternity. And we think she's found those stamps that you were talking about.
Oh, excellent.
Is it these on the website? Have a little look.
That's the ones.
There we are.
That's
we found
the
them.
ones.
She's done well.
Yeah, I thought I'd just bring in something that she knew nothing about.
Do you
Bless
know
her.
what? She enjoyed that. It was like a treasure hunt. We've got the poppy and distressed textures, the A5 stamp here, the earthy textures. So that gives you 8 stamps in total, $14.99. That's 235. Oh, that's a small item, isn't it? 235701. Oh, I thought I was at Specsavers then for a minute looking at that. Should have gone. Yeah, $14.99. But really useful stamps, I'd imagine. Actually, time and time again, you're going to come back to those.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you to our producer for finding them.
Okay, so I've got this piece, so that fits really lovely in there now, just like that. So I'm going to, just so that it kind of tones in, I'm just going to tape, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it like this. I'll just show you how I'm going to print. So decide where you're going to have everything. So I want to take some of my stamps just to the outside and a little bit further in this side. Okay, so I've got, from those textures again, I've got some of the crackle.
Oh, I think she's. I think she. Who am I saying? She. Our producer, lovely Charlotte. She's found it in a bundle.
Ooh.
Not in abundance. I don't know how much, but in a bundle. We're going to have a little trip to the website, everybody. We found it in a bundle. If you'd like to go for the bundle. And Annie's got a freedom. Well found, honestly. She's going to get a real treat for this one.
Good, isn't she?
$53.96 for the freedom price, if you remember there. $59.95 there. 70 stamps plus 2 stencils. And now my producer get her own back by highlighting the item number for me. And she said, does that make it a bit easier? It was like having an optician. Is it better with A or is it better with B? Better than A or C? It is 889502. She's still doing it, look. She's still doing that.
Oh, bless.
Which one's better, in red or in white? It's pink. I mean, there you go. I can't even say the colour.
No, she didn't sort of like factor in that you're colourblind as well.
No, I know.
No.
I'm struggling where it says add to basket. Right. If you'd like to go for that, 70 stamps. Huge amount for you to use there if you would like to go for that in that bundle. If you're a Freedom member, even better for yourself there. $53.96 delivered for that price as well. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there we go. You've started something there.
Yes.
Anything else you want to try and find?
Now, I just want to show you this. You see how I haven't put pressure on here? So I've missed a bit. If you just go in, you wouldn't know. Because it's got that crackle, you wouldn't know. So don't worry if you miss a part. I mean, if you've got your stamp platforms, fantastic. But if you miss a little bit, then don't worry, because you can always just go in and it really looks, you know, no different whatsoever.
Nice.
Okay, so we've got that. So then I'm going to layer this up onto
What's the
here.
colour of that stamp that you're using? It's nice.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? This is Broken China.
Broken China.
Yes. So I'm going to take some of my double-sided tape.
Makes me think of Tapao for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, I used to love them.
Cowdecker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
China in your hand, that's it.
Yeah. I was listening to some music coming down, or coming up, should I say, yesterday, and it was like blasts from the past, some of them,
that
were on my playlist, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I do like some of the oldies on there. It's all good. Takes you back. Music can take you back, though, can't it? See, I can't listen to Careless Whisper as well by George Michael without thinking of Celia Tufts in the school sports or at the dance, and she had a dance with Anthony Walker, and I had quite a bit of a crush on Celia.
Oh no.
No, Careless Whisper every time. Ooh,
Oh no.
sends
So
me
that's
all over the place.
Traumatic every time you hear that.
Takes me
Then
right back to when I was 11.
I've smudged there, but that doesn't matter because I'm covering over. Okay, so I'm going to take. I'm going to show you something here as well. You've probably seen it before, but just you know, as a little tip, when you're using the finger lift tape, if you turn it over like that and then just leave a little bit there, and then this side as well, and leave a little bit there, then if you position where you want this,
I see what you're doing here.
yeah,
Yeah, good.
then you just pop it where you want it, like that, hold it, and then just pull those off.
In perfect position.
Yep.
Oh,
I just
hang on.
ripped it. Oh no.
There. Did you put a bit too hard
I
then?
did. There. So we go.
So it stops you going down, hitting the stamp on there, and then going, oh, I've taken it and lifted a bit of the paper. Right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now this I'm going to raise up a little bit with my foam pads. But this is on a strip, which you can see. That's where I was testing my colours.
We do have the foam tape available for you. 10mm by 2, and that's 60 metres in total. £8 saving on that. That's a huge amount. 60 metres. Couldn't even walk that right now. £18.97. From £26.97. 337. Lots of sevens. 337,905. 7:34. Everybody. Just in case you were just checking with your alarm clock what time it was in the morning. Do you have a snooze on your alarm clock?
I did this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, because I can never sleep on the first night that I'm here. So there, just like that. Pull those off.
Dangerous. Dangerous having a snooze.
It really is. So then I'm going to bring in this gorgeous look. I love it.
That is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now this is
So
absolutely
that
brand new on the show.
I'm going to place here, just like that. So I'm going to. Where did I put my glue?
1249 691 077. But like we were saying earlier on, it is one of those, isn't it? That if you do really want to go to town with the grunge side of it, it'll work really nicely. A few of those together, even crisscrossed, it would look very cool. But
it really
again,
would.
with what you're doing now, it feels a very pretty way of working with it. Like you say, pretty-ish, I think you mentioned.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. So I've put a little bit of gel medium on my mat, and then I'm just going to tap this into it so it'll pick up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we don't have too many splodges. So I'm just going to lift the side there a little bit and place that down. So that's good. So I just love it. And then we've got some nice swells. Oh, let me do my sentiment as well. Ooh. So let's pick a sentiment. Would you like, missing you already, you brighten my day, thinking of you. What would you like?
Oh, brighten my day, I think.
That's the one I had in mind.
Ah, great minds. Say they're great minds.
So let's pop that on there. And so we're toning in. We're going to use the same ink colour. Let's get that just there in the centre. Let your ink sink into the paper. There. Okay. And then a little bit of foam tape on the back there. So that rises up. Like that. That on there.
Did you know that apparently, I heard this little cheeky fact the other day, that in the UK, just heard from my director, oh no. Do you know what I mean? I'm feeling the love right now. Between Paola and Emma, I'm feeling it right now. Do you know what I mean? They're just used to these things that I mention every now and again. So don't hold your breath, everybody. But apparently in the UK, we are the...
Just
sorry, you're just showing your tools. Sorry.
Ta-da, ta-da. I pop those two in, but you get
We've got the
those...
tools on the show. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone just does not want to hear my cheeky facts.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I just got distracted.
Just distracted by anything. Hang on, we'll bring you the details for that in a second. I'll give you a quick... I've got a window. Apparently, I heard the other day that in the UK, déjà vu, and that we are the nation that sends more cards than any other nation.
Do we?
Apparently, yes. Yes, apparently we are. We send more cards through the post than any other nation, apparently. Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting a massive wow factor or anything, but I was getting, I mean, all that Tina didn't even look up from sticking her down. She even strokes her little toolkit. That's how low down the pecking order I was with my random fact, which I didn't make, I heard it myself. Moving on, £9.99. There's a £3 saving on there, which is for the embossing and the quilling set with pouch that you can stroke when someone bores you to tears. 726 376. Nice pouch.
Scott knows that I do get easily distracted, so you know.
Who said that? I thought that was quite nice. I thought we should be proud of that fact.
I think that's... What was the fact?
What was the fact? What was the fact? The fact that apparently in the UK we send more...
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh,
yes, that fact, yes.
I bored myself up if you said it a second time. I don't even know. I'm going to go back to the graphics so I can read. That's a bigger print. 908 213, 3 dies with the Vanessa butterfly and the elegant flourish. £4 saving. That's £12.98, and that is the elegant flourish there that Tina is using.
Oh dear, how funny. What do I want? I'm just going to put a little bit of glow for quickness on there. Like that. So that is going to go there, like that.
Oh, I found something else over here, Tina.
What have you found?
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
The paper pad. I didn't know this was on
Paper
here.
pad. I'm going to use those. But yes.
I'm going to walk around with these for a bit.
Right.
Well, these are nice.
I think I'm just going to go for one butterfly on there, and then my sentiment is going to sit here like that. Let's put some tape on. Like that.
Oh, that's a nice... I know that you're doing that with a lovely flourish. I found some papers. I'll talk about these a bit later on. Did you know these were on the show?
I know the papers were on the show.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't
The
they?
actual book that you're holding is on the next show, and she's gorgeous.
I'll talk about them later.
There we go. And then sentiment, just to finish it off here.
I'm going to stroke them while you're talking. The paper pad. That was a visual. That was a visual. It sounded worse when you just had the voice. I like what you've done there, Tina. That's lovely. That's lovely. I do love that. I do. Sorry. Let me just get the paper pad out. No, I love that. I do love that. That's what I love. I love it all. I love it all. That sounded so wrong. These are the what are these? These are lovely. These are the 12 by 12s, everybody. And I'm just going to read. 24. These are pattern papers. They're 210 GSM cardstock. They're acid and lignin free. So let's have a look at them. We will, and then we will stroke them. Oh, look now. See what I mean? These are beautiful papers. They are stunning. The florals, these are beautiful, aren't they, actually? When we think about the quality of these. Oh, a bit stripy. That might do a little bit of a weird stroby kind of effect there for a second. And they're 210 GSM. Yes, there we go. 210 GSM. If you do love your florals and you're very pretty, then you're really going to like working with these, actually, your 12 by 12s. They are single-sided, they're not double-sided. Look at that. Look at that. That's a massive image, that one, isn't it? That is beautiful. Really, really nice. But loads and loads and loads of gorgeous detail that's within these. I've, hang on, nearly at the end. There's a couple more to do. A bit stripy for the TV cameras there. But lovely, loads and loads of colours. I'll tell you what I'm going to do also. We've got some in here that have been used a little bit and put together. Did you put this together, Tina?
No.
Oh, that's Carolyn.
No.
This is Carolyn's work with these.
That's right.
Just little ideas that you can sort of see on smaller scales. But if you do love your pretty papers, then go for this one, £12.99. But they are stunning. These are 976, 937, 24 sheets in total. For those, they are really, really, really lovely papers. Now, we've also got for you, we've got the storage if you want to go for your larger ones that we have. We've been busy here for these already. We've got £3 saving, £19.99, and this is going to give you your case. You're going to get your 3 magnetic storage folders that are in there, and these are the proper little pop open and keep everything in nice place. So if you've got lots of little dies and you want to keep them in their sets, then this is a great one for that, to keep them all together. 597314 with that £3 saving, which is fabulous. If you are just waking up to us this morning, you're welcome to the Madhouse. We're having a bit of a crazy start to our day already. Doesn't bode well, does it, for the rest of it? We were, as you saw, Tina was working with this brand new on the show, this gorgeous texture die here, £12.49. Again, really great if you want to sort of go with the grunge kind of feel with that, but equally, as you saw the demonstration from Tina, if you want to go down the prettier route, then, of course, this is a great one to work with your florals, almost like a trellis kind of style. 691077, only £12.49. We've got a brilliant bundle with a phenomenal saving on here to wake up to this morning with us. Really nice. You've got the little foliage circle with the metal dies in here. Both of those. You've got the leaves that works and the florals and those. Really lovely. But look at this, £19.98 saving. The price is only £19.98 now, so a half price offer right now. 311 177. I just want to show you a couple examples on this one, how this one works, because the dies are really, really pretty. And in fact, you saw quite a few of these little florals being used throughout the counter on a lot more of those samples that you've seen in here. Really lovely. And one here that's Tina's done also, but gorgeous, gorgeous way of working with those. 311 177. The butterflies we were looking at are really lovely, and in here comes with the flourish that you've also just seen being used with Tina for the elegant flourish. There's 3 dies in here. £4 reduction, so just £12.98, 908-213, but really, really, really pretty butterfly there with, of course, the details for the wings and the back to that. 908-213, £4 savings, so it's just down to £12.98. Probably one of the biggest die sets that we've got for you are the set here that will bring you these 2, which are great if you use them in the whole as they are, or whether you're going to snip into these and just use some of the sort of more inner details to become like the florals on the centre, or if I just show you one here that's done a little bit of the whole of it together, but also then sort of snipped into it, so you could just use the sort of more central parts to those. Really good. Another phenomenal saving, £18 reduction to 19.98, 110587. Now don't forget that 19.98. We've got the Flextravaganza, of course, running until Friday. So even if it's £1 in your basket, you can split that cost in 2. So there you're looking at basically under £10 on your first of your payment if you're going for those 2 dies. Lots more, of course, on the website to choose from on the craft store. .com. We've got lovely stamps that we were just having a little look at as well. That lovely Charlotte decorative background die, really pretty. Also the Emily's quilt and the Margaret's quilt block. Those dies are very, very popular, very contemporary kind of feel. Big saving on that as well, down to £14.99. And that beautiful Victorian corner die is only £9.99 right now. £12.99 of the paper pad we've been looking at. And if you'd like to have a little stroke of the pouch set there, of course, then it's only £9.99 as well. 5-star reviews. And we've also got the adhesive foam tape that you've also been seen being used by Tina. Lots and lots and lots there to wake up with us here on the craft store. Right, Tina, we've got a migraine coming on and only, I think, 10 minutes left.
No.
I know. And
Right.
you didn't think you were having fun.
I've got my papers here that you just showed, the beautiful
Oh, lovely.
papers. So I thought we'd do one that was not a card. This is like a little, it's kind of a mixed media piece, but it's more like a little plaque, if you like.
A plaque?
A plaque. So I've got my grey board here. Now, we've got the grey board on the shows. Whether it's this one or whether it's the next show, I don't know. But look, I just want to show how thick that is. I've never seen grey board that thick before.
That is thick,
Brilliant,
isn't it?
So, just marry up to my...
That is coming up on the next show, we do believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
I would grab it. I would grab it now. So here we go. So we've got a nice pattern there. And then we've got the flowers that are similar, but these are in borders like this along your paper pad. And I thought they are great. So I'm going to pop one there. Like that. Again, some of my finger lift tape.
How many paper pads have you got at home, do you reckon?
Oh, I actually do not want to say out loud.
I do find a lot of people, they do find one to use.
Yeah.
And they do find one just to keep hold of. Do you know what's fine? Don't be. Look, what's the matter? What's the matter?
Oh, you were going to say that
No.
word again.
one to use, one to stroke.
Yeah.
You can never have enough. But it's
Apparently not.
Paper pads. Paper pads. God, before 8. In the morning, not even at night.
Oh, dear.
When are we back on again together?
Never. Never now.
Never. Oh,
So
I can't believe
I'm
it.
going to play around with some of the die cuts here. So I love those. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So I've cut one down, so as you can see, that's from that centre part here. So just to... we haven't got a lot of time, so I'm going to use this glue. But you could use your tape runners as well. I think mine's in my bag there. Just like that. Let's get some glue going on there. So I'm going to pop that there.
We've had another email come through. Too.
It's not the boss, is it?
It's not from the bosses, no. we've had a request, but we're staying on. Oh, it says, good morning, Scott, Tina and team.
Good morning.
Hello for everybody. Now, this is from Terry Kim. Hello, Terry Kim. Thank you for being with us. Thank you very much for being in touch. And Terry Kim says, I haven't been able to sleep, so I gave up trying. I had one of those nights last night. A bit tossy-turvy. Was a little bit
know what you mean.
But you've got to get up early as well. But anyway, my problem, so I just wanted to share. Haven't been able to sleep, so I gave up trying to... No one has listened anyway. So I gave up trying, and I thought I would turn the telly on and watch the early show. Well, welcome. I'm glad you did. I wasn't planning on spending.
Yeah.
But...
always the way.
Exactly, this is what happens. But with such fabulous products at silly prices, how could I resist? I've ordered the set of the 2 circular dies and the lovely background die, plus the 3 magnetic storage folder refills. Ah, yeah, very good. I can recommend the storage cases and the folders. I have 3 of them, she says, which is brilliant. Well, you're going to use them, aren't you? This is it. They are great quality and excellent for... and give it a stroke, and they're excellent for fitting in loads of dies safely. Thanks for the laughs. It's a lovely start to the day. You're a real tonic. Thank you, Terry Kim. Thank you so much. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm glad you couldn't sleep, that you were with us. So thank you very much indeed. You can sleep later on because Yanis is back on. So hey, so lovely. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, the cases are great though, aren't they? Never have enough storage.
No, I mean, look. Can I just bring this one back in quickly?
Oh, you've already stroked it once.
Oh no. See, people who have like their dies, they will know exactly what I mean when I go.
That new die that we've just got on the show, that's made it into your folder quite quickly, didn't it? Very quickly.
Moving on, Scott.
Moving on. Moving on.
So we'll pop that there.
For safekeeping.
And I'm going to just do some nice little mixed media. I like that there. So, as you can see, all I'm doing is I'm just popping all different sorts of die cuts along here like this. And I'm going to actually cut that even more because I want to use it in different places. So that's going to go there like that. And then I'm going to have a bit up here like that. In actual fact, I'm going to cut that down even further. So I'm going to have a bit here. And then I'm going to have a bit in this corner like that. Because when we work with mixed media, if you work in popping elements like 3 times on your page, it works really, really well.
3 times?
Yeah.
Is that the sort of magic
yeah,
number?
An odd number.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
because then you're sort of like, oh yeah, that blends in there and that blends in there, you see. So then we pop this down just here like that. And then I've got this which I'm going to pop in here like that. And then I can play again with the squares.
Oh, is that the, hang on, where's that? Is that the block set?
Yes, I think it is. Let's got that on there.
Ah, the one we got, the set of 2, isn't it, I think? Yes, Emily's quilt block and Margaret's quilt block there, 4 dies. So, all £7 saving on that set, actually, yeah. £14.98. 522 468.
So this can be cut down as well, so it can be added in different areas. So this is now going to be popped on my sheet here, just like that. And just under here.
I reckon you could do a really nice ocean scene. You know, the under the water
yeah,
of those
definitely,
with that
definitely.
mesh,
Where did my other little bit go?
with the new dye, that you could get little fish in there as well, and almost done like a little underwater scenario.
It would look gorgeous, wouldn't it?
It is really
Yeah,
useful
just like
as far
that.
as, like you said, you talked about making it a bit more grungy, or where it's pretty with florals, or whether it's sort of working as a net kind of feel.
Exactly.
Even like little mini, you know, like the old cottage, in the windows of the old cottages, the little lead lining inside there. You could even do the inside of your windows with them.
You could.
Liking this. Very useful.
And then that will go there like that. You don't have to use this one for, under here. You can use, you know, the butterfly, the ornate butterfly on its own, or you can use that one on its own. But because I've got a green base there, I'm just going to go for my blue base so that my butterfly sticks out. So you've got all sorts here as well, and you could just carry on if you wanted to, popping these different shapes in, like that. But I think I'm happy with how it is. Yeah, so you could pop that. Oh, that looks actually nice. It looks like I've got a
Actually,
ribbon.
that, you know, like the old film reel.
It is, isn't it? And also, it looks
Cutting
like
in that way.
like a buckle, doesn't
Yes.
it? On there.
Yeah.
Just like
Big Santa buckle.
There. Oops.
Yeah, great.
Just sorry.
No, don't apologise. I'm just saying we've only got out. We're down to our final 60 seconds.
Oh no, we're not.
Oh yeah, oh, it's not pants. Oh yes, we are. But your time with us is not finished for today, because you are back with us at 10 o'clock.
I am.
You're back on.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you honestly, you have a lot more people join. I think you're with Hayley for that.
I
hour,
am with
aren't you? Which will be
Hayley.
a
Yeah,
lovely
we've
hour,
got
of course.
some more Oakwood Archer, but this time we're going to.
Catherine's in the building, and coming up next, everybody. You're right. What's that? Oh, it's a latex glove. It was a wayward latex glove coming up. We'll find out how that's going to be used. I was quite worried when I saw her putting that on. Tina's back at 10. Tina, thank you very much indeed.
She's my bodyguard.
Wow, what a morning. From Tina myself, thank you very much for being with us. Don't go anywhere, because is up next as well. That was only one glove. The other one's still got to go on. It's the Zuri One Day Special coming up next, of course. You'll love that with Catherine and with Hayley. Then we've got Jewellery Box as well. And then we've also got Craft Treat.
Hello, I'm Carol.
And I'm Hayley.
And together we are the Dreamies.
Dreamies have been around for 11 years now. We started with CD-ROMs, we've developed into stamps, paper pads, dies. We've now got the Dinky Inkies range as well.
We design everything in-house and we manufacture in the UK. We produce tutorials to inspire you to get the most from our products.
Hi, my name's Mel and I'm from Crafty Devils down in Devon. We are a family-run business and we've been established for about 16 years now. We're known for our MDF products and our mediums. All of our MDF products are produced in Devon, in the UK, and we have a wide variety of products to inspire you. So make sure you tune in to all our Crafty Devil shows.
Hi, my name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp, and how did I get here? Well, when my children, Grace and Mark, were born, I left the corporate world and I took up crafting full-time. Then I had a moment of clarity, if you'll pardon the pun, and I came up with the transparent art stamp. And the rest is history, really. For the last 27 plus years, I've been pioneering the art of transparent stamping. If you like my style and you like what I do, then please join me, Barbara Gray.
Well, hello there. It's 8 o'clock and we all know what happens at 8 o'clock. We have a fresh look at our one-day special, except not this 8 o'clock, because if you were watching the launch show last night, you'll be fully aware that in less than 10 minutes, the one-day special sold out. My goodness, it was a busy, busy hour. So we turned our attention to something else, which I'll be telling you about in a few moments. But of course, to witness it all, and kind of a part of it as well, I'm going to lay the blame at Catherine.
Very busy. No, I didn't even get to demo with it properly because, usual thing. When Zuri goes, that's your plans out the window, but we've got plenty more to play with.
We certainly have, and we've got some moulds that I've not come across before. Some incredible ones that I know were popular last night as well. We've got a monthly mega deal to tell you about. Beautiful perfume bottles that were incredibly popular last night as well. And Mariner's Jewel, which is a new one on me, but I'll tell you about that in a few moments because I'm going to tell you about our monthly mega deal. Now, in a similar vein to our one-day special, this is an amazing deal that's brought to you at a brilliant saving. And this one, you can see you've got a whopping great £30 saving. We've also got the ability to spread the cost over 3 payments, which is kind of something a little bit unusual when we're looking at these fabulous deals, because you're only looking at £26.65 being your first payment. So it makes this bundle incredibly affordable, should I say, but incredibly versatile as well. So it might be the first time that you come across Zuri. It might be that it's been out of your reach previously, but I'm sure with that initial payment, it will make it well within your budget, and definitely a wise investment, Catherine.
A very wise investment, I think, and especially you've got the numbers in there as well. We're looking at now that I always have to work out which is which. This is the Faces of Darkness. So you've got the King, the Queen, the Jack and the ace there. And you get those little symbols as well for the spade, the diamond, the heart and the club.
Lovely.
And
so
do you know
two big moulds.
They are two big moulds, but also, I mean, the main impressions, it looks like you've got 4. To me, you've actually got 8 there, because the inner part can be used totally separately.
That is a really good point, yes. Yeah, very much so. And again, you can see that they create a set if you want to go for them as sets, because overall they are the same sort of size. But then the numbers, now these are going to be useful ones.
Very useful. Now the numbers themselves are 2 inches high. Obviously the width will depend on the number, so number 1 is obviously narrower than number 4.
Yes.
But they're all the same height, so they're nice and uniform. You've got your signs there as well. Very good indeed. Obviously your numbers for age, your dates.
You've got ampersand and all
yeah,
of
your
those
ampersand is
as
there.
well,
I think these are perfect if you're making albums for weddings and christenings and that sort of thing as well. Place names for the wedding
House
table.
door numbers.
House door numbers. Yeah, because you can, obviously if you've got the right medium, you can use the moulds for outside projects as well.
Brilliant. So these might be the moulds that get you involved with the Zuru brand. And to be honest, there's a lot of people that have got involved ahead of you, because it's one of the popular, well, most popular brands that we've got here at the craft store. Always creates quite a stir, which is why things like one-day specials sell out in less than 10 minutes. Now, monthly mega deal, this is going to last a little bit longer, hopefully. It's a monthly deal. So, of course, you need to take advantage of it while you have the opportunity. But the beauty is of the Zuru name and the Zuru moulds is the detail that you get within these. So a couple of different projects here that have been demoulded, so you'll see the intricate detail that you've got. Now, these are the kind of things that you'd expect to be able to find on shop shelves, not create yourself.
Yeah. And you know, the more you look, the more you see as well. There's so much detail in there. There are certain moulds on the counter, we were saying this last night, that there are elements within them that we didn't even spot until we demoulded and showed them to camera here. But absolutely beautiful. And as I say, you can take out that inner part, use it separately if you so wish. We haven't mentioned, of course, that these are also food-grade silicone.
That's a good point,
So you imagine using these on cakes. The numbers in particular are going to be so useful, aren't they? But yeah, use all different mediums: soap, wax, your enamels, your embossing powders, your clays, your polymer clay, your resin. It just goes on. That's just on the non-edible side. Yeah. Obviously a different set for your edibles, and then we're thinking about those marzipans, your boiled sugar, fudge, as well as your fondants. So lots and lots of scope there.
And I didn't even notice with the heart there, you've got those 2 little skulls that are tucked away in there as well. The design within these is incredible. Now you're going to get all of these. You've actually got 25 impressions in total within here. So you can see it's a really good investment, and it's one of those classics that's going to be with you for a long time to come, as long as you're looking after them. So your monthly mega deal, you've got the ability to spread the cost over 3 payments. But did you know we've got flextravaganza going on at the moment, which means that anything that you see during any of our shows right the way through until Friday, you can spread the cost over 2 payments. Now, normally I'd be saying get your basket to £60 or more, and then you can spread the cost over 2 payments, but not at the moment. Even if you're paying for just one of these moulds, you can spread the cost over 2 payments, which makes it a very affordable way for you to get involved with Zuru. So maybe it's going to be those very popular perfume moulds, and these are beautiful. Very affordable, this particular one. So it's £25.99, which works out at, where am I? It's going to be about £12.50. So, no, £12 and... No, £13. £26 divided by 2. Yeah, let's round it up. Round it up and divide it. There you go. But, I say, Freedom members, £18.19. My goodness, that is a brilliant deal to be had. So that means if you're spreading the cost of this one for a little over £9, £9.08 to be precise, you will be able, well, no, it's not actually, it's a bit more than that, but yes, yeah, it's early. Let's not talk maths. But then, yes, you can take advantage of this one. That is a brilliant price. And as I say, this might be your first introduction, your first step into the door. Because with these perfume bottles, I mean, these are beautiful. I'm not going to lie, some of the elements that have got skulls and dragons, they're not everybody's cup of tea.
No, you've got, you know...
huge range,
different but it's the way you use them as well, the way you break things down. In fact, you've got a sample in front of you there.
This is amazing, because I thought, when I saw this, I thought, oh, this has been put in the wrong place. But you look closer.
It's very clever, isn't it? This is from Leanne. She's one of our UK design team members. Now, I've got to just point out the wings that she's used there. We're expecting those to be delivered at some point, so we will see those in the future. But the body of the butterfly is made up with one of the perfume bottles.
Isn't that incredible?
Very, very clever indeed.
Beautiful, really clever idea. Now within this particular one, you're actually getting your different styles of perfume bottles. Just have a little look at these. As I said, they've been moved around a bit, haven't they? Who's over here? Oh. Seamless, almost like I was on a little trolley. So there you go. This is the mould itself. So you can see on there you've got your 3 different sizes, and you've got one of those beautiful kind of puff balls that you get with those very traditional style perfume bottles. But as you said before, you don't have to use them in their entirety. You could just fill up parts of these as well if you wanted to.
Of course you can. And I can see within the perfume bottles, you've got little vases if you take away the top part. The one in the middle, I've got to say, oh, I've forgotten the name again now, because when I first looked at it, I thought, well, that's a definite perfume bottle at the bottom, but then it's almost a bottle within a bottle. But what it actually is a bottle that's got a chain and a clasp on the top. There's a particular name.
Ooh,
These were yes, this is from Victorian era, and used to fasten the perfume bottle onto your clothing. On a chain and a very ornate clasp. But that is a perfect one for taking away the elements separately. So the centre, the main bottle itself, again, could be used as the body on the butterfly. It could be used for something else. Turn everything upside down, have a look at it. The wider one, the atomizer one.
Yeah.
You not use the top there. You've got a beautiful vase at the bottom.
Yeah. Do you know what also you've got?
Yeah.
A golf ball.
You have got a golf ball, yeah. You have. And I think at the other side, the taller one, if you take off the top, the stopper, you've got a lovely column there. I've sat characters on there, something like the mermaid could sit
as
on
well,
there.
actually, because sometimes you see them totally different, don't you, than the other way around, yeah.
I do say that, well, we've got a hot air balloon, a very ornate hot air balloon at the centre.
Yeah. Or it could be like a glass lantern, you know, like the little kind of, almost like an oil lamp that you've got with this. I love this large one there because I think that's a really nice one as a kind of a plaque as well. Again, you can kind of put whatever your medium is and just kind of take it across to the shoulders of the bottle there. So, yeah.
We've also got Christmas baubles.
It's true, very true indeed. Love it, very useful. It's no wonder that over 60% of the stock has gone of that one. And as I say, quite often, and I mention this during shows, I know lots of us watch shows that we're not necessarily into that particular type of craft. We often have it as background when we're crafting on other projects. But sometimes you will come across a product or an idea and you think, oh, now I'm going to give that a go. I've watched the shows, I've seen how amazing they are, but I'm going to get involved. And to get involved for just over £18, that is the perfect one to go for. And don't forget, if you want to try it out and use it on things like your cake decorating, you can do that. Just make sure that you've got one, because these are food safe, one that you're going to be able to use with things like your cakes, your chocolate, your boiled sugar, as Catherine mentioned, and then another one for your paper crafting, maybe with your different mediums in the pop in there. Or it could be that you're using it for your food safe projects, and then afterwards, and you're not planning on going back to your food grade products, that you can literally use it for your crafting. So really versatile one, and I think that's a very good one to start with. 457089. So lots of others to share with you, but another one that's proved to be very, very popular is this particular one here, and this one is gorgeous. Butterfly woman. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Now I'm just gonna pop this in front because sometimes you can't always tell. Oh no, I'm not. This one. I knew. I was just testing you. This one, my goodness.
Isn't she glorious? Isn't she? Actually, she looks really good next to the mould that we can just see in the screen there, which we're going to see hopefully a little bit later.
Oh, the gates.
Yeah, it's like she's wanting the gates to open magically, isn't she?
Oh, yes.
She's a very, very strong character. I love this one. It is a butterfly lady, but you don't have to use the wings, so she doesn't have to be a butterfly lady at all. That leaf that is in the centre of her dress, I think, is stunning. If you want to take that element out separately, you can do. I've overlaid this one before. I've used the leaf as petals on an ornate flower, so you've got lots of scope again. But it's not until you really look closely and you appreciate the detail that's actually in this mould.
It's the way they get the folds of the fabric and kind of that. I've mentioned it before, almost like the muscle tone in the arms, and it's just the realism from this. Absolutely incredible. Now, if you like the look of this one, maybe this is the one to get you involved with Zurich. £22.99. Again, incredibly affordable, but 967092. If you're liking the look of that one, then please get involved as early as you can, because she is a very popular lady, bless her. So, yeah, pop that one into your basket. Spread the cost over 2 payments again if you want to. It's extravaganza. Why not? But then, as Catherine mentioned, the ornate gate is a brilliant one to actually team up alongside her. And this one we have seen before, and we've seen it used in so many different ways. It's incredibly versatile. Whether you use them as the gates as they are, those beautifully ornate gates, as you can see there, or whether you just use one of them or just use a segment of them. I mean, this is a really useful one to have.
It is, yes. We're going to have to look for some more samples. I know there's more samples here at the studios where this has been used in a completely different way. So yes, they're gates, then they're beautiful gates. You can also create open gates with this mould if you want to cut into it as well. But look at the detail at the top there. You know, you could put a little clock in the top detail there. You could use that separately. I've used this just as embellishments, you know, without the whole of the gate. I've cut into it, used it as very decorative elements behind something, so you can just see them sort of coming away from an inner character, so to speak. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's so many different mediums you can use again here and create some wonderful, wonderful projects. And I think it's a great one to go with many of the other moulds. We've just seen it there with the butterfly lady. We've had the enchanted castle in the past. You know, you've got, perhaps you went for the angel blues, maybe you've got the mushrooms or the toadstools before. Whichever theme, I think this works. It could be a castle gate, it could be a door, it could be a church, it could be an enchanted castle or somewhere where a wizard lives. It could be the Emerald Gates, you know, from that famous film. It could be whatever you want it to be.
Beautiful. Now, don't forget, if you want your butterfly woman, she is detailed at the bottom of your screen, but the details on the side of your screen are for your fabulous ornate gate there. 098 616, just £22.99, so definitely one worth adding into your basket. Now, these moulds are incredible. The next couple that I'm going to share with you kind of got like an interaction with these. Very, very clever design, and it's kind of, you're creating the components. Now, the components come together to give you something that has got kind of movability with regards to it, and this is brilliant. So, this particular one, this is the first time I've seen this one. This one's your Mariner's Jewel. Now, again, it's a big mould with an incredible price attached to it. £19.49 if you're a Freedom member. You can see you've got your different elements within here. So these are created independently, but then all come together, Catherine.
I've actually got a sample here.
Oh, have you? Oh, can I grab that off you?
It down the counter, and then you can.
Lovely, thank you very much.
And you can spin the components.
Oh, it'll move around. Oh, have a look at this. So here you can see, obviously you've got your different levels there, but when you actually put it together, you've got your multiple layers there, but you've actually got elements that will move around because of the way that those different layers have been brought together. This is such a clever design. Love the finish that you've got with that one as well, Catherine.
We did that last night, actually. So that is resin. If you turn it round, Hayley, so you can see the back, you can see it is just resin that's got resi tint in there, the turquoise. I used some luscious powder into the mould, and then I used a little bit of wax to complement the luscious powder colours.
Screw in there as well.
Yeah, now the screw itself, you do get one in with the kit.
Okay.
You can put that either way around, so if you want to see the screw at the top, you can. Maybe you've got a little bit more steampunk and you've got nuts and bolts and things like that. Or if you want the flat end at the top, which I've done there, you can certainly do that as well. You do get one in the pack, but of course you can buy these separately, and they're quite easy to get hold of. They're called Chicago screws. You normally buy them from a hardware store, and they come in multiple packs. But yeah, as long as you've got the diameter correct, so just measure the one that you've got, make sure you go for the correct diameter. But you could use other things as well, like brads.
That's a good point.
And if you don't want it to move, you could glue it in place. But I just think, you know, the purpose of the mould here is that you've got that mechanism, and it just adds interest to your project, doesn't it?
And the detail that you've got in there, again, phenomenal. As you can see across here, you've got kind of like your gradients, and you've got all your different star signs, I think, featuring around the edge there. As you can see, there's a lot of detail in there. £19.49, and a very affordable price for an incredibly detailed mould, but rapidly approaching half of the stock has gone. 595,774 if you're wanting that one. Now, the next one that we've got caused quite a stir the first time that we saw this, and this one is your Astrolabe, yes. I know we couldn't decide on the name at the time, but Astrolabe. And this one is another one where you have got your parts. So again, it's a really good size. And with this particular one, I've actually got it separated up so you can see where you've got the hole would go through. You'd use a little brad to pop it in place there, and again you've got all the detail featuring within this one. Or as Catherine said, you could actually stick it in place if you wanted to as well. You don't have to have it moving, but if you do decide that you want to have it moving, then again it's going to pivot from that centre point there. Again, a lot of detail on this one, Catherine.
I know. I must say with this one, instead of the screw, you get a lens for the blade there, for the hand.
Oh, so you do?
Yeah.
There.
Now the hole in the centre is a little bit small. smaller than on the other one that we've just seen. So if you're going to go with a Chicago screw, make sure, again, the diameter is correct. You could use something else. Again, a brad would work very, very well. You could create some sort of mechanism with a piece of wire. If you're Ian Stott, you're going to attach a motor to it so it works and it goes round. Absolutely incredible. Do you know, I know Ian sent more videos and pictures in.
I know, he does like his Zuri, doesn't he?
Later, it's another fantastic, absolutely fantastic mould.
I love it, and again another one that's incredibly affordable, so £23.99, 969750. Now of course all of the moulds that we've been sharing with you are on our website. There's actually a brand section for Zuri as well, with a whole host of other things, not just the moulds, but ideas and suggestions of how you might create your pieces and how you might decorate them. But check out those reviews. There's some 5-star reviews there that you might want to take a little look at. And as we say, it doesn't matter whether you've got involved with Zuri before or you've only just come across the brand. Maybe you've only just started getting involved with your silicone moulds. Well, don't worry, we have got the expert here to answer any of those questions that you might have. Now, Catherine's going to be here obviously during this hour. She's going to be back at 12 o'clock and finally at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So it's the best time to get your questions in nice and early. No questions are silly questions, because I'm sure there are questions that somebody else is thinking if they've not already emailed in about them. But if you want to email in, it's studio@thecraftstore.com. Look at all of those 5-star reviews. Oh my word. And any of those items you're seeing there, you can add into your basket. Even if you're just going for one of them, you can spread the cost over 2 payments. So if you wanted to go for your flamingo bloom, for instance, there, for just £10 being your first payment, that would be on its way to you, and the second payment would go out in a month's time. So it's a way that you can potentially get involved with Zuri if you've never got involved before. So, Catherine, what is the plan?
Okay, well, we did a little bit of resin pouring last night. I think we're going to do a little bit more this hour as well, with a little trick that I can show you as well. I did promise to demould this hour if things were ready. So what we'd used last night was the perfume bottle and the Mariner's Jewel.
Okay.
So I'm going to upset Kim now. She wanted me to say this till 12 o'clock, but we're going to do it now.
We'll pop it back in. We'll pretend it never happened.
Yeah, well, we will maybe put it back in and pretend. But she might spot that we've had it out when I'm going to add a bit of a finish to this one. So if I just explain, this was clear resin. I did dust some lustre powder. Some luscious powder, into the base of the mould, and then went over with the clear resin. I'm just going to go back to something that I mentioned last night, which is very important. The quality of the silicone that the moulds are made of is exceptional. It's such a high grade because there's many different qualities. You've got a matte finish when it comes to the moulds.
Okay.
So if you're putting clear resin into your mould, when you demould it, it's going to have that frosty effect.
I love that look.
I prefer it, to be honest.
Especially with the perfume bottle, it looks fabulous.
Definitely. Now, this piece here, this is from, now then, neither of the ones we've just mentioned, but you can see that frostiness there.
Yes.
If you want to make it clear, it's very easy to do it. You can just add another layer of clear resin over the top, and that will make it totally transparent.
Okay, fabulous.
So you can still do that. But it does mean we're going to get that frosty effect on our perfume bottle. Now, if we look from the back here, it does look crystal clear because we're seeing it from the back. Within there, we've put some galaxy flakes as well, so there's a little bit of sparkle. So let's just demould this one now.
Now, a mould of this size, does it take much of that resin? Because what I'm thinking is, if you're working on other projects and maybe you've got leftover resin, would this be a nice one to kind of take that leftover?
It would. It really would. And in fact, if we look at, I'll just take that one, bring that back in a second. If I turn this back over, when I did the Mariner's Jewel, I mixed 80 millilitres of resin.
Okay.
During the hour, we filled this area. After the hour finished, I used what was left to fill the rest of the area and this bottle here. Now, I've noticed this morning there's just a couple of bits where I've missed with the resin.
Okay.
So I'll probably leave that in there and just fill that in. Because you can do that.
Right.
If you've got any spare at all, use any of the moulds, whether they're large or small. If you want to use small components, of course, you've probably got enough to fill them. But even if you haven't, you can put in different sections, build those layers up.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's cured.
Right.
Just keep continuing to add. So never, ever waste any.
Lovely.
So if I just turn this over,
oh wow,
hopefully we can see. Probably could do with something white behind there, but you can see how it's picked up the colours of the lustre. Really nice. Oh, thank you. Let me just pop that on there. Hopefully we can see that better.
Wow.
So really, really pretty colours, but we can bring out that detail further as well using the mediums we've got on the show. So I think we'll do that. We've got waxes, we've got the liquid metal as well. Which should we go with, waxes or liquid metal? What do you prefer?
Oh, now, don't put the pressure on me. I kind of like the idea of the metal.
The metal, right, okay, we'll do that then. I think we'll go with the gold. Now, the liquid metal, every time it comes on, it's always very, very popular. This is absolutely brilliant. You will hear there's some ball bearings inside the
Okay, is that to
bottles.
mix it all together?
Yeah. You get a set of 3, and I will tell you these are solvent-based, not water-based.
Okay.
So they do have a smell to them, which I don't mind actually, but they do have an odor to them.
$14.99.
I know, and a little goes such a long,
I know
long way.
these of old, and it is a case of it's a highly concentrated colour, so
Yeah.
a tiny amount.
Yeah. So we've got the gold here. Now, if I just show you, give them a really, really good mix. Every now and again, if you've not used them for some time, even mixing like that, you might find things settle a bit at the bottom. So go in with the end of a paintbrush or something, just to really get into the bottom and give them another stir up. I'm just going to find something that has been taken from a cast before. I'm trying to find something that is both clay and resin. Right, I've got one here. You can see I've already done a little bit of copper.
So even your
That's the
mediums you
back.
can mix
yeah.
it with. Oh, okay.
So the air dry clay, perfect over the top. Just one coat, and it gives such amazing coverage. You get the bronze, you get the gold, and you get the silver. You can see where I've painted already with another demonstration there. That's just on the back of something, so it looks untidy, but I just want to show you the coverage. If you want to work with resin, you can also do that as well. We can see we've got a bit of silver on there. Again, just over the top. Now, the reason I like these so much is because you've got so much detail in the moulds. If you use things like your gesso as a base or your acrylic paints and you're building lots of layers up, they're quite thick and gloopy, and you will start to fill the detail. Because these are liquid metal, you really don't lose any of that detail. The coverage is absolutely fantastic.
Now, I just mentioned the gears that you're working with here. I think this was from the one-day special, was it?
No, this particular one.
Okay.
We did select the gears, but if you look at a little bit of everything, which is a mould we've got.
Okay.
They're part of that mould.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's a challenge for our,
we'll have to find that
Charlotte
actually
to
and
find
count
it.
again how many impressions, because I think you get something like 20 or something like that.
Okay.
I have got the mould here actually. I can bring that in afterwards if you like. But what I've done there,
the details on the screen now. So there you go. You've got 22 impressions within this one. And it's a little bit of everything. Oh, I like a little bit of everything. Oh, and there certainly
it's an
is.
amazing
My
mould to go
goodness.
for this one, because it is exactly that. A little bit of everything. You can see those cogs at the top there, look.
Yeah. See, you know, this is it. Oh, my goodness. Look at it. Now, if you have not invested in a mould yet from Zuri, this is definitely one to start with. You've got everything. You've got those gears and cogs. You've got your wings in there as well. You've got your crown. And, oh, my goodness, that celestial one down at the bottom.
I know.
It's like a photograph.
It is. I've actually got some samples from that here, so I can show you in a
Beautiful.
second.
You've got your hearts, your florals in there. This is like a selection box at Christmas, isn't it? You get everything, absolutely everything. So yeah, that is a brilliant one to go for. Again, you can spread the cost of that one as well. So a very affordable price to go for that one if you're wanting to. So 323777. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
You?
No.
Oh, it is absolutely brilliant. I use that a lot because the fact it's usually got something that works with every theme that I'm doing.
And perfect for those little bits of leftovers that we were talking about. Because there'll be something you can fill from
yeah,
that
absolutely
one,
perfect. Right, so we've had a little bit of the gold, and I'm just almost brushing off all the paint I can from that brush because I'm going to dry brush onto the perfume bottle. So I'm just going to put the lid on before I knock it over. Also, of course, you can still go with the waxes over the top of the paint if you want to. So if you want to add more colour, you can do. So let's just, with the brush that's almost dry now, I'm just going to sort of flick across the bottle. And that's going to catch on the top, those areas that are raised, and it's going to really bring through that detail. So, of course, you've got the colour underneath. Of course, you've got the detail coming through as well. You can use as little or as much as you want of the paint. I don't want to cover the whole of this, but I do want to bring that detail out. So I'm not going to reapply the paint. I'm just working with whatever is left on the mould there, on the brush there. And then we'll bring this back, put it onto the white paper so we can really, really see. So those raised areas, of course, is where that paint is going to catch the most.
Beautiful.
And it just makes all that detail pop. Now, if I put that back onto the white, look at that. Is that lovely?
That is gorgeous.
Let me just hold that up so you can see the tiniest, tiniest bit of paint there. I love dry brushing.
Doesn't it make a difference, though?
It really does.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try, if I may, hold this to the front camera.
Okay.
Because we can hopefully see the colours a little bit better.
Oh,
I will have to hold
look
on
at
to
that.
it. But
Oh,
there we
yes.
are. Just give that a bit of a wiggle and
That
you can
is
see.
gorgeous. I love that frostiness that you've got. Because it's just like you would see with a Victorian style
It
perfume
really
bottle.
is. But if you wanted to bring that more transparent, because there are, remember, in here, we've got those flakes in there.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to see those a little bit more, if you went over the top with some clear resin, that would make that more transparent.
Could you
as
go
well.
over with clear resin after you've dry brushed it, or you best kind of
could
decide
do,
before?
Do you know, I would probably, with the liquid metal, because it's a solvent, I'd probably do what I've just done and go over with the clear afterwards.
Okay, right.
To encase it, because if you go over the clear first, you are actually going to fill in some of the
Yes,
details,
that's
so it's
a
not going
fair
to pick
point.
up
Yeah.
the effect the same. Now, something you may have noticed as that moved is that look how malleable this is.
Yes, yeah.
This is because this was poured last night. I can actually bend that bottle.
Oh, right,
this was
okay.
poured last night.
Yes.
So although it's cured enough to release it from the mould, you can now shape it. Now, the only thing I've got to shape round is the bottle that I always keep with me. But if you wanted to apply that to maybe a tin or a bottle or a jar, I'm thinking for a bedroom, you know, that would be lovely if you put it onto a jar and then you've got cotton buds or something inside, you know, so turn it into a gift. But you can now shape that around. All I would do is put some cling film around there to hold that nice and tight so it stays to the shape.
Lovely.
Whilever you've got that malleable, you can shape it.
And how long will it be before it kind of sets in its shape?
Normally about 24 hours before
Okay.
it's fully cured.
Fair enough.
If you've mixed properly. But temperatures can, you know, change the drying time a little bit more as well.
Okie doke. Now, 2/3 of the stock has gone of the perfume bottles, so if that's one of the ones that you're wanting to go for, then, especially if you're a Freedom member, just £18.19. What's not to love about that? So, yeah, by all means, take advantage of that one. It's been a very popular one, though, so this is one that potentially will not last the full day. Don't forget, we've got jewellery shows coming up at 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock as well. Sadly, not with the one-day special, because it did sell out. And what we do tend to find is that with regards to some of these, once we kind of get that momentum behind them, sometimes it can be a simple demonstration like the one that we've just seen now to make you realise the versatility and how useful these are going to be within your stash, that kind of ignites that passion for them again, and within a heartbeat they can disappear. So 457089, get ahead of the game. You're watching nice and early this morning, so yeah, you can get those orders in before anybody else gets hold of them. So there you go, pop that one into your basket as well. If you want that liquid metal, then that is at the bottom of the screen as well, and that's very affordable as well. You're going to get 3 pots, and you're using the tiniest amount, so concentrated with regards to the colour density of these. And you've got your classics there, your gold, your silver and your copper. Those are the 3 that we use so often, and a beautiful set there. So yeah, if you want to take advantage, 134602. They last for absolutely ages, those, don't they?
They really, really do. And you can mix them together as well. So do think about that. Blend the colours together. In fact, I've got a sample here, again, from a previous show, just using the different colours. You can see I've gone with the silver into the bronze, into the gold. And you can almost kind of make a rose gold if you mix them together,
like
if you're using the silver. So brilliant coverage. If I just turn that around, you can see the colour it was.
Wow. See, this is the thing. You tend to think of that you've got to make it with your clear to start with, but you were saying you can use pretty much anything that you've got
Exactly.
there.
So if you've got spare bits of resin, for instance, I've used odd colours, you know, in the machine. That would be a machine's word from the, what's this one called? Machines mould. It is actually called machines. So if you didn't want those colours, you wanted to lose those totally, a little bit of the liquid metal over the top. So it doesn't matter about the base colour.
Yeah. So when we're talking about, because I know that we've kind of got different mediums, and we've got things like your wax, your metallic wax. Is there much of a difference between the two?
There is actually. We're going to demould the Mariner's Jewel, and I'll show you the wax as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is fantastic. We did pour this last night, so I've not released this at all. This is the first time I'm going to do this. You can see in the centre there, that little post, that's where the hole will be for attaching everything with that Chicago screw. Now, I know that Ian has emailed in to say that it's a 5mm screw, the diameter.
Right.
That is correct for both the Mariner's Jewel and the one I can't remember the name of. It's not the Astrolabe one, it's the other one. We've got another one available. We'll find out. But they're both 5mm. The Astrolabe is a smaller hole.
Okay.
So And if you want to fit the 5mm ones into that, you can, but you'd need to drill the
Reminds
centre out
me
a
of
little
like
bit
one of
more.
those little screws that you sometimes find in books, you know, like
Yeah,
the bookbinding
that's
type
that's
screws.
exactly what it is.
Yeah, so that's what you're referring to. Of course, that does come with the Mariner's Jewel, details of which are on this screen, but as Catherine quite rightly says, you can get hold of more of those. And I'll try and very carefully unscrew that. Basically, you've got two parts, so kind of the screw-in part, as you can see there, desperately trying not to lose this as I do it. So you've got kind of two parts there. So that's your post, and obviously you've got your fixing screw there as well.
And I've remembered the name of the other mould. It's the lunar calendar.
Lunar calendar.
Lunar calendar. Right, so shall we demould? Now, I'm going to tell you what I said last night as well with this particular mould. Not so much on the main base that I'm just demoulding now. This is going to be very malleable because remember this was poured last night. You can see as I'm peeling this away how bendy that is. When it's fully cured, it will be nice and solid. Again, there you can see with those luscious powders that were put in there. Look at the colours.
Amazing.
That actually, I'm really pleased with that.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I've mixed two different colours of resin. So it was clear resin with a resi tint in and kind of did a marble effect. But because you've got the luscious being picked up there as well, that effect has worked really, really well.
Beautiful.
So there is one component. The second one, the second layer, and I'm going to make a point of this. If you're using your air dry clay, I often, well, you'll hear me say, let the clay dry until it's gone a little bit more rubbery before you use it in your moulds because it will demould much more easily. I have to admit that if you're using air dry clay in this mould, it is a difficult one to work with.
Well, it's got quite a lot of open areas, hasn't it? So I'm guessing that makes it a little bit more vulnerable.
It has. That's exactly why. Now, you can see where I've scraped away some of the silicone, not silicone, the resin here. It doesn't matter if you get resin on the top of the mould, you can just take that away. What I did was pour in, and because you've got delicate areas to work in, I just use a spatula to sort of scrape away the excess, and it always leaves that little bit of residue. But you can see how you can trim that away. I'll tidy that up a little bit more later. But again, you've got those layers, you can see the luscious. So that will fit into the base, so you can see how this is building up already. And then we have the third layer. Again, if you were doing this with clay, you will find it's going to distort. It can be done, I have done it myself, but it will distort as you're taking it out of the mould. You can always sort of work it back into shape, and you would need to do that if you're using the clay. But this is where the resin absolutely comes into its own.
And we have got resin on the show as well, haven't we, today?
We have, we certainly have. So there you can see your 3 layers. Now what I would do with this is keep everything nice and flat until it's fully cured.
Okay.
There is a little trick I'm going to show you in a second as well. When everything is fully cured,
oh right, okay,
it is solid.
So that was done with a similar sort of resin. Okay.
Yeah, this was done quite a few shows ago, actually. It was when we launched the Astrolabe as the one-day special. So that's been hanging around in my box for some time. Quite often, when I pack things away, especially when, well, going back to the summer when I did this, things get left in my car or in my van, or, you know, in the conservatory at home. I've taken boxes out. And then if they're not flat, and you get the heat to them, they can warp.
Okay.
Or if they're lent against something, you can change the shape of it. I just want to, while I'm thinking about this, because I meant to do it last night and I forgot. We've got one of the...
Oh, okay,
Can you see the rock on there?
So is that one of the playing cards?
That's one of the Faces of Darkness.
Okay.
Okay. Get your heat gun.
Ah, okay.
Let's turn it on. Let's just warm it up a little bit. Take the heat gun to your resin. Really warm it up. It doesn't take long. And I think if I turn it to the side, hopefully you can see where it's lifting. Just warm it up a little bit more. Can you see how I can now flatten that down?
Yes, yeah.
So put a little bit of tree on top. Yeah. And let that sit nice and flat, and you can bring it back to the shape it should be. Also, if you're heating up, you're making it more malleable as well.
Okay.
So you can shape around something once it's fully cured. All I'm going to say about this is when you're doing that, there will be a certain amount of flex you've got. There will be a certain sort of stress that you can put on that. But you could see I could now shape that round a bottle, put some cling film around there, or tie some fabric around it or something to keep it in shape. And when it goes cold again, that's going to hold in its new shape.
That looked fabulous on a bottle,
it is,
wasn't it? Yeah.
I think you've got 1 or 2 things to recap on, Helen. Then we'll come back with those waxes. So while you're recapping, I'll tidy up that That's
perfect.
component.
Lovely. We'll be back with you in a few moments. So, yeah, busy hour. Learning a lot during this hour as well. I love hours like this. But of course, we're showcasing our monthly mega deal. Sadly, our one-day special sold out very, very quickly. So we've got a monthly mega deal to share with you. And it's made up of a variety of different components. So we're going to kick things off with the details on the screen, which give you everything. So you're going to get all of those 25 impressions over your different moulds. But you can see that we've got a little bit of separation between them because they are available in different bundles. So let's break it down. Breaking it down to this set here to start with. So with these, you've got your two larger moulds. Again, with those faces of darkness in there, absolutely incredible. 12 impressions you've got, because the beauty is you can use the whole rectangles as you've got here, and then you've got those smaller components down the side there, which obviously are your different kind of suits with regards to your playing cards if you're wanting to use those. But as Catherine said, you don't have to use them in their entirety. You can do if you want to, but the way that they are designed is you can use different elements and just utilise the centrepiece of those if you're wanting to. You don't have to do it as a full rectangle. Now, if you wanted to get hold of these, you can see the details on your screen. You've got two flexi buys of these, £24.99. So they are available as a pairing. So if you wanted to go for these, but you didn't want to go for the numbers, or you've already got the numbers, then they're available for you with a £10 saving. But let's break it down even further, because again, it might be you're shopping by affordability. So the top one is available by itself, details of which are on your screen. So here you are going to get all those different moulds in there, including the smaller components, and you're only paying £19.49 if you're a Freedom member. That is a phenomenal deal. I didn't realise we've got that available. Ooh, canny shopping, eh? 022087. So again, you can see there you've got your different suits there with regards to your playing cards, and then obviously you've got your king, your queen, your jack, and your joker, I think, featuring within these ones as well. Brilliant value for money, and especially if you are a Freedom member. And don't forget, you can spread that cost over 2 payments as well, because Flextravaganza is allowing you to do so. So for less than a tenner, you will get that large mould. My goodness, I can't believe I'm saying that. Less than a tenner, you're getting this huge mould on its way to you, 022087. Now, the one below it, this one is available by itself as well. Now, if you're wanting to get hold of this one, again, you've got your different characters featuring in here, the different styles. So you've got your aces of the different suits featuring within this one. Don't forget the other mould has got the smaller components. So it is worth considering the monthly mega deal. But again, if you just want to shop in a smaller quantity and you just want to go for this one by itself, then you can see again there, £19.49. 904658. But you know what? You are on top form. You have found the opportunity for you to get hold of both of these together, haven't you? Yes, you have. You've been shopping wisely. So if you're getting them separately, you're looking at £19.49 for each one of those. But the two together works out at £38.98. Now, there isn't an item number for you getting them both together. You add them to your basket individually. But as a Freedom member, getting those two together, £38.98. Now, the bundle for the two of them at the bottom is £49.98. So it's a consideration, isn't it? Definitely. So Freedom members, if you're wanting to get hold of these, if you don't want the numbers, then the most affordable way for you to get hold of them is this way. If you like the look of the numbers, then make sure you're going for the monthly mega deal, because that is still the better saving. And it's still the better saving if you've got your eye on the numbers as well. So I'll explain that to you in a few moments. But if you're just going for these, or you just want these ones, shop for them separately. Details on your screen with regard to your bottom one that we've got there. We've got a different item number, which you're going to pop at the bottom of your screen for your top one here. So if you're wanting the two together, if you're wanting to add these to the numbers which are already in your stash, then that is the best way for you to get hold of them. And the website's lit up. I'm not surprised with that one. That is an amazing deal. 904658. That is going to get your bottom mould, and then if you're wanting your top mould there, you can see 022087. It says £29.99, but it's a similar sort of deal to the one you can see on your screen. You have got a Freedom members discounted price, but sadly, when the details are at the bottom of the screen, we can't flip it round to show you. But rest assured, you as a Freedom member will be paying just £19.49 with regards to each one of those. Brilliant. But I promised you the smaller bundle, so it's only right and proper that I give you the details for those, because this might be where you want to shop, and that's okay. That is not a problem. So with regards to these, you have got a fabulous bundle of 3. So these kind of complete the monthly mega deal, but equally so you might not want to go for them in their entirety. So let's go through these. You're going to get all of these. Now, I don't think they're broken down into individuals. We can get them individually as well, but to be honest, why would you want half of the number sets? You want them all really, aren't you? So it makes sense to go for them in this bundle. So 964518 is going to get you all 3 of the moulds. Go off and find them individually if you're wanting to, but you can see £59.97 will get all of those. But these are within your monthly mega deal as well. So if you like the look of these, I would certainly suggest you consider the monthly mega deal, because for a little bit more you are getting that bigger value bundle. So I hope I haven't confused you completely with regards to that, but the top and bottom of it is, if you just want the elements with the rectangles, with the playing cards in there, do go for those as individuals, especially if you're a Freedom member. So if you're wanting these, then obviously you can get them. The details are at the bottom of the screen. They're also in the details that are at the side of your screen, which incorporates everything. So if I was your personal shopper and you were to say to me, well, I like those 2, well, what I would do is add them into my basket, especially if I'm a Freedom member, as individual items, because that's the most cost-effective way with the biggest discount to get hold of them. But if you like the numbers as well, I would certainly go for the monthly mega deal, because the discount that you're getting overall makes sense to go for that. And I'd certainly be considering the monthly mega deal if it was just the numbers I was thinking of as well, because for not much more, you are getting everything. I hope I haven't confused you too much. But yeah, when you look in your basket and you see that final checkout figure, you will realise what I'm talking about. So do shop savvy. I do like to shop savvy.
I think we all do,
get all those bargains.
And it made perfect sense to me, Hayley.
Great, I'm glad. Can you explain it to me?
I was following along. Brilliant stuff.
So what are you up to now?
Right, well, I've just been putting a little bit of wax on the second component that we demoulded, but because we've got the larger, flatter one here, I thought I'd save that for the camera. So it does look wonderful as it is, but we are going to bring out those details. So the wax that we've got, if you're looking at the bundle of Pentel with its 7 in, this is such an incredible deal. Now, what I like to do, when I've used the Luscious powders and you've got that glorious colour in there, you can either go with a completely different colour of wax over the top, but I like to kind of complement it.
Okay.
So I'm not, because I like, if you like the effect, why lose it?
That's
so
true.
I'm using the colours that kind of complement what's underneath, but it's going to give me that little bit of a sheen, that little bit of extra pizzazz, I think.
It kind of shows off that finer detail sometimes, doesn't it?
It does, but if you do want to go with a different colour, so we've got the maroon colour here. If I want to go with a little bit of green, you know, in areas, I can do. Now, I'm keeping this quite subtle on purpose. You can use your liquid metals also, and in fact, I'm going to do that. You can use them either way round. I kind of go with the waxes first and then a little bit of the liquid metal afterwards, but you can do it the other way round. So I'm just adding a small amount with a fingertip. You can use a brush if you prefer, just to bring out that detail a little bit further. I'm loving, actually, this orangey bronzy colour. I think that complements very well.
As you're working on that, and I know this is digressing a little bit, but you know the numbers from the monthly mega deal, if you were to use the 12, is there a 12? Yeah, you could do a 12.
Yeah, you can do a 12.
I'm just thinking, could you turn it into a clock? Would the numbers from the monthly mega deal, do you think, be too big if you could put them at the quarter past, if that makes sense?
I've got a number here, actually. They probably would be a little bit big for this, but you can easily make a clock. Just look for MDF bases, circles, squares, whatever you want, the shape you want. We do have a clock somewhere in the here at the studio. We need to find. There's a box somewhere. We seem to have lost a box of samples, but I'm going to do my best to track that down for the next show. But yes, your numbers would be perfect to make a clock. Yeah. So I'm just going to add a little bit more colour. We're going to hide some of the base here with the second component. Now, what I would do is let this dry and then buff it up with a cloth, because you'll get a lovely, lovely sheen coming through. The one that I passed to you earlier, I did last night, and I think if we see that, that's been buffed up a little bit. So adding that colour, I think you'll get the most of this if I hold it to the front camera, actually.
I love the colours in
Can you see that sheen that's coming through? Because I'm almost working with the mica that's in the Luscious there, but it definitely makes a difference. I've not lost those colours.
And it gives it a prettiness as well, doesn't it?
It really, really does, doesn't it? And then, of course, if you want to go over the top with your liquid metal as well, you can do. So I've got I did shake this up as you were going down the counter, so I'm going to hopefully use this right now. This is the copper or the bronze. Is it copper or bronze?
I think it's copper that's in that set,
copper.
yeah.
Okay, so I want to just dry brush again here, so I'm going to dip into the bottle. Make sure it is really, really well mixed.
What sort of brush should we be using if we're doing dry brushing?
Just a basic paintbrush.
Okay.
I prefer, if I'm dry brushing, I like a flat brush rather than a rounded brush. Size, it doesn't really matter, it depends on the area that you're covering.
I suppose you've got more control if it's a smaller head to the brush
yeah,
as well.
yeah. So just on the top bit, I'm only going to do the top at the moment. I'm just building up a little bit more colour because there's some detail I want you to pick up on. Let's just get a little bit more on there. If I go too heavy, I'll just cover up all the colour underneath. And I almost just flick across the surface there.
It's almost like you're tickling it.
It is. Now, if we hold this to the front, can you see what's at the top?
Oh, no.
There's some detail. This is one of those moulds where we didn't realise.
Oh, we've got little
the
people
detail.
in there.
There's 2 little ladies.
So there is.
Can you see?
Gosh, I didn't even
yeah,
notice
they're leaning against
that.
the love heart. And this area here is where you would, with the mariner's jewel, you would have a chain. So if you wanted on your project to attach a real chain to that,
that's a good
you
idea,
can do,
isn't it?
because that is a solid sort of loop there. So you can definitely attach the chain. And it works really, really well. Just while I've got the waxes out as well, the perfume bottle, we did one of those air dry clay blends last night. So I've put a little bit of the coppery colour at the bottom, and I'm looking at the colours I've got here again and thinking, you know, let's see how we can mix this up. We've got a blue, so starting at this end, again I'm working with the colours, not hiding them. So almost dry brushing again. This is where I tend to use a brush rather than a fingertip with the wax, when I just want to catch that very top surface and try and keep all that detail below without filling in all those bits of detail themselves. Now there's a little bit of blue there, I'm going to go with a bit of the purple as well. The waxes smell beautiful, they've got orange oil in them and they smell absolutely gorgeous. So just brushing across again there, we're going to start picking up the detail on the bottle. I'm coming down with that purpley colour, then I'm going to change colour again. So
These
again,
are waxes that have got that citrus smell.
yes,
to them.
that's yeah,
gorgeous,
definitely, yeah, they're beautiful, and they work so well. So working with those colours, as I say, not particularly hiding them. What colour shall I go there? Should we go with that bronze? No, I'm going to go with a bit of green. I am going to go with the contrast now. So just brushing across again, and you start to see the detail come to life. Remember, this is air dry clay, not resin. So use your waxes, your liquid metal with your air dry clay as well.
See, I think these would be fabulous. I mean, we've been speaking about the fact that the moulds are food safe. So if you were creating, I mean, you could be making these out of chocolate and putting them onto a cake, couldn't you?
Do you know the aces of darkness and the faces of darkness I have done with chocolate?
Have you?
Yeah. Where are the... I've not eaten them because they were done in dark chocolate and I don't like dark chocolate. But Mr. Humphreys did eat one before, when I had them on the show before, he did eat one before we went live.
That's just rude. He just can't help himself.
There you can see that little tiny bit of wax again, how it's brought out the detail. Stops it looking flat, doesn't it?
And again, that frostiness about it looks absolutely amazing. Love it.
Well, that is actually the air dry clay. That's how it looks on the back.
Yeah. Still got the frosty look to it, I think. Is
yeah,
that because of the texture within the mould?
Yes,
okay.
because it's a matte finish, so yeah, you will always pick up kind of that matte look.
Yeah.
But if you want the glossy look, not just
See,
with
I
the resin,
like
with
that because
everything.
it gives you the ability to change it, so you've got options and choices.
It
haven't
does,
you? Yeah.
and quite often, and I've done it in the past with many things, jewellery-wise, a glass vase which you can pick up very cheaply from a supermarket or something. I mean, I've only paid £1 for some of those I've got, and then I want to keep the glass, but I want to see the detail as well. So you apply a cast that's come out with clear resin, but you've got that frosty effect onto a clear glass vase or a jar.
Amazing,
just looks wonderful. And then, of course, you can pop your lights and things in there.
Definitely. Now, I was being eagle-eyed when I was looking at some of your examples. Got a fabulous little pair of goggles that you showed us with the different, the colour tones of the metals on there as well.
Yeah.
And I've been handed in an amazing mould. This is my kind of mould, because you're getting a lot within there, and this is a brilliant one. So if you were like me and you saw those fabulous goggles that Catherine shared with us, this is huge. Now you've got 14 elements in there, but you've not got little tiny elements, you've got huge elements. Now you can see it, obviously you've got the letters there spelling out the words machines, you've got these different elements featuring in here, you've got the fabulous goggles. If you mixed out on the one day special, you've got your gears featuring within these as well, almost like eyes. You've got And I love this. If you watch a certain kids program and you've seen the mechanical woodpecker and or the owls, then this is a brilliant one because you've got those featuring within there as well. Now, obviously, sometimes looking at the imagery of this one is better because it shows you all the fine details. So let me share an image with you. And I love that. That piece at the bottom, that's a huge piece there with all the tubes and the pipes.
It's an amazing mould, this one, and you can make lots of words from machines. We did try this. We got to, I can't remember, but lots. Now, I didn't know you were going to pick this up, Hayley, actually.
Oh, okay.
I must have missed something in my ear, or you just decided
you
to.
put
I
it
don't
there?
know. But by pure coincidence, this is exactly where I was going to go next.
Fabulous. Oh, that's
because I've got a little trick to show you.
Oh, I love a trick. So if you're wanting to get hold of this one, details on your screen, 964730, £34.99. You can spread the cost of that one as well. Can I cheekily bring this one in? Because this is another one that's on my wish list. These are so heavy when you're holding them up. This is the one I showed you earlier with all those components in there. This is another brilliant one to get hold of as well. 22 impressions there, £34.99. And this is one that's featuring those faces, the gears, the cogs, the wings, all of these amazing pieces, as you can see, with regards to this one. So again, a really nice one to go for. Really good value for money at £34.99. And just very, very quickly, if you're wanting to get involved with jewellery, and maybe you're working within a budget, maybe you've looked at some of the larger moulds and thought, well, I want to give it a go, but I don't know if I'm ready to actually commit to one of those larger moulds, then why not have a little look at some of the smaller ones? This one is proven to be a very popular one, and at £22.99, incredibly affordable. It's the Violin Magic, and it's a really beautiful design. Team that up with your flowers, your paper flowers, your die-cut flowers. You're going to create something beautiful and on a musical theme, which is always a popular one as well. So 597072 if you wanted that one. Sorry, Catherine, I just had to
No, that's fine. Absolutely
gorgeous.
fine. Now, we haven't got time to mix and pour resin, so we're going to do that at 12. But we've talked about resin this hour, and I did want to come back to the machines because you have got that most amazing element at the bottom there. Now, with air dry clay, it's easy because you can go in with your clay and you can decide, you know, which bit you use. So this one here, you can see, was air dry clay. It was such a mess from the back, but from the front, I spin it over. It was one of those blends that I did, and then a little bit of wax at the bottom. So I've got that component there.
And of course, with the air dry clay, it shrinks a little, doesn't it, as it dries?
It does a little bit, yes. And same with the owl there. There's no other colour gone on there, but you can see where it's come from. So again, air dry clay. The shrinkage on your air dry clay will be less if you let the clay dry a little bit more before you put it into the mould, which I prefer to do anyway, because it releases more, releases better. So you will get less shrinkage. So great with your air dry clay, but what if you want to work with resin? What if you want to put something outside because the air dry clay isn't good for outside?
That's a good point, yeah.
How do you work with that? How do you get those details, but you only use one component? How do we separate it? Well, we have got the Medina clay on the show, and I'm going to use this with the butterfly lady at 12 o'clock as well. I will probably get this prepped up ready because in case we run out of time during the hour, so I'll not give too much away at the moment. Now, the Medina air dry, this is a polymer clay. You can take this really fine and make flowers and beautiful petals and things and leaves. I mean, it shapes. You can colour it with a gouache or oil paints. You can apply all the mediums that we've talked about today over the top. It picks up detail wonderfully. It's very different to working with air dry clay. The hearty lightweight one. But what I've also found is, let's have a look at our lovely woodpecker here, and if we can see, if I was to put resin in here, because it's self-levelling, as soon as I start to pour in, it's just going to come out and continue down the mould. Yeah, now we can see where the channels work together. The legs go into this area here, the tail goes into the pipe work. If you've got a bit of the Medina, you can make little dams. Now, if you try this with your air dry clay, because it's porous, it's not going to stop it, but just using a tiny amount, I could have got away with half of that, put the Medina in there, and I've now created, you need to try and sort of shape it, so I'll straighten that edge up a little bit because it's going to work to the shape of that. Now I've blocked off where the tail is, so the resin's not going to get past there.
Clever.
Looking at where the legs are, it goes into this area here. Now, do I want that bit? Yeah, I could keep that on there, but always look where the channels stop and block off any areas where you don't want the resin to flow.
That is a really good tip.
So if I bring this one in, you can see,
wow,
I've allowed it to go part way into the pipe work there. I wanted it to look as though it was a broken pipe. and you can see that is actually resin. If you look at the back, you can see a little bit where those dams have been created. You can cut those away, you can sand them away, but actually I left those as they were because from the front you couldn't see it anyway.
That's true. And you know what, that pipe work that you've got, I'm just thinking with the numbers from the monthly mega deal, you could almost do like house signs, couldn't you, with the numbers?
Definitely. Don't forget as well, what time of year is it? You've still got time to do your advent calendars for your numbers.
Of course you have, yeah. Oh my goodness, so many ideas, but not enough time. Catherine, thank you so much for that. Now, back at 12 o'clock.
Back at 12.
With a lot more ideas.
Yeah, we'll do the Butterfly Lady. Actually, I know the Violin Magic is popular as well.
It is, yeah.
So we might have a look at that one. We'll come back to machines. I'll get some things prepped up so we can try and fit in as much as possible.
I love it. So there you go. So if you've got any of those moulds in your basket, it's a good idea to get them checked out, because as we see Catherine working with them and referencing them and us pointing out different elements, we've been getting busier and busier and busier. Don't forget, we've got our monthly mega deal, which you've spoken of. If you like, can look at these ones in your Freedom member. Might want to check them out individually. But with the monthly mega deal as the biggest bundle, you have got obviously a fabulous saving that incorporates those numbers that we've been referencing throughout. So I hope we can count on your company a little later on at 12 o'clock. And then, of course, Catherine will be back at 4. I'll see you a bit later. But don't go anywhere. We've got an amazing jewellery box show coming up straight after the break. Beck Makes. Then we've got Craft Treat. That will be myself and lovely Tina. And then Quilting Antics.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and together with my husband Alfie, we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue.
Have you heard of Freedom? Did you know that as a Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £7.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Freedom members badge, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with a craft store more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause if you're going away, or you can cancel at any time you decide. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or go to our website, quoting the item number 88888 and join Freedom today.
Hi, I'm Ali Reeve. I'm from the company Stamps Away. Stamps Away is a family-run company with my husband and I. We create all things crafty, especially with a passion for mixed media. At Stamps Away we create a lot of MDF products because we have laser cutters and router cutters. We also create our own stencils and masks. We try and make everything we can in-house so that you've got all the materials you need to create your projects. So I hope you won't miss the shows with Stamps Away.
$9 a.m. everybody, here we are live in the studios in our week of the Flextravaganza, so I hope you have been taking advantage of that. I'm Scott, I'll be with you for the next hour with Beck Makes as well. We have Rebecca Rebecca that is with us here in the studio for 1 hour only.
Good morning.
Good morning. I feel like I'm going to go one night only, but just for 1 hour only.
One only.
But I won't, because it would ruin the hour already. But and I'd have to pay for the licences, and it all gets messy in court. So we won't do that. We'll just carry on. Lovely to be here with you today. Thank you so much for coming in. We have got lots of lovely moulds to be able to create a very own fantastic jewellery, or other little elements that you may want to be working with as well. So if you are used to working with your resins, then we have got some great moulds to work with. Just to explain a little bit, because there may be some people watch Rebecca again that haven't seen the show with you on it for a little while or anything. You know, just how did you come about to be sat here with us?
So I actually make illustrated jewellery that I laser cut, and then I use UV resin to finish it.
Right.
So then I've been coming on the show and showing people what you can do with UV resin, which has led to me making my own moulds that you can use to make my illustrations into jewellery. So many words. So basically, you'll be able to use these moulds with all your other craft products, like your resins, soap making, wax making. But they're just little fun embellishments. So I'll show you some as we go through.
Oh, right, lovely, lovely. And I know that you've just been at the craft show, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, at the NEC.
And a lot of people came and recognised you from the show?
Yeah, well, a lot of them recognised what I was doing, and then I was like, was it me you were watching? And they're like, yes, it was. I was like, you probably know my hands better than my face.
Yeah, the close-up with it. Well, listen, thank you for being with us in the studio. And maybe you have seen Rebecca at the show, if you were there yourselves, of course. And I know that a lot of people that you spoke to at the show as well were saying looking forward to a lot of the new moulds that are coming through as well. So if you are with us now, great to have your company, and we're going to go through and take you through to start with, which we have got for you. The very first items on here, brand new for you today. We have got the perfect bell, and we've also got the circle for you. And as you can see here, with the elements, with that festive feel, that we've got all Christmas pudding and a lovely Christmas bell to work with. They look fantastic. Straight into the festive feeling with these, you can't go wrong. But again, these are absolutely perfect sizes, aren't they, actually, for embellishments, for jewellery. If you're working these on projects, you want to bring these in.
So you could use them to make Christmas decorations or necklaces. I tried to keep them a nice size so that they wouldn't be too weighty if it was a necklace.
Right.
But you could also use it as a decoration.
Yes, yeah, no, it is. They are perfect, and of course, I suppose as well, like with the circle in there, you know, that really nice sort of medal sort of feel, or medallion sort of feel as well, with the jewellery, that big look that you got there. But doesn't have to. This doesn't have to be just for Christmas. But again, great inspiration to work with. And I know you were saying we've also got some other elements a bit further down that would work nicely with this, with the holly.
It would make it look very cute, the holly on there.
Yeah, add them on. So I mean, it says reusable. Of course, we've got for the actual silicone moulds. So pretty much anything you can work with as.
As long as it doesn't, as long as it's not silicone, virtually most things can go into the silicone mould. So, you know, you can do soaps, bath bombs, the plaster of Paris.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Wax melts.
Wow.
All sorts.
The lots, they're honestly, so if you work with any of those materials, then these are the perfect moulds for you to go with. So the first one we've got looking at here is £15.99 only. That's 339149. Really good value, actually, for those. And don't forget, of course, being the Flextravaganza, even if that is the only thing that you put in your basket for yourself today, you can even spread the cost of that over 2 payments, which is what we are running, of course, for the whole of this week until Friday. 339149 for you there. Right, now, I got a feeling also this is going to be another one that's going to be very, very popular, because I just think the whole idea of the love heart is perfect for so many reasons.
It's just adaptable to everything, isn't it? Like, it'd make a lovely key ring as well.
Oh, yeah, it would.
It's a nice size.
Yeah, in fact, all of these will work really nicely for that, but I think with the actual love heart itself as a gift. Now, don't forget, within this kit, you are actually going to be getting, as well, the actual chain that goes with this. So if you wanted to do that as a gift that you're making already, to give the whole of that, then, of course, you can do. But really good. So it does have the little hole in there already,
yeah, the little spacers there to hold your hole for your jump ring, or ribbon or anything. You can get ribbon through there quite easily.
Oh, you could, right. Oh, OK, great. But it is a nice size, that, isn't it? It's a really nice size, and to sort of give you an idea of the depth and the thickness that we're looking at with regards to these. So really good price point on this one, just $9.99 only. That is it. That is a really, really, really good price for that one, actually. So that is for your Love Heart, 453043. Was that 10% already gone? Whew, blimey, it's busy. It's a good start this morning, everyone. Very good start. Should we go on to the next that we're going to look at here, which is your your semicircle, isn't it, we got here for you? But you can you create this and put them both together? Would that work?
Yes. If you're using the resin, it all attaches. The UV resin's almost like a glue, so you can attach other elements or submerge other shapes that you create, like the smaller ones that we'll show you in a second.
Right.
You can submerge them into that. And also I've seen people doing things like with the vinyl cutting machines, writing their names and then putting it inside the necklace and that.
Oh, that's
in
a
that
nice
sort of
idea.
shape.
That's what we got in there that's catching the light. They're just
it's glitter. So I've built that up because with the UV resin you can set sections as you go.
Right.
I've just drawn sections, so that's pigment sections mixed in with a little glitter section as well.
That's really effective, isn't it? That is really effective. Very nice. Another brilliant price point again for the semicircle necklace. That is just $9.99. Oops, I just dropped the side there. Just $9.99 only that we're looking at there for you. 588 277 is there for you. Right, lovely, lovely, lovely. Don't forget, anything you're going to be getting on the show, you can spread the cost, of course, over your 2 payments, which is brilliant if you are thinking of gift ideas. Now, we've also got for you, now this is great, if you want to go for the hair clips, aren't they, for these?
So that one's got...
Or the pin badge. I'm not a massive man on the hair clips, as you can imagine, so I'm thinking more for the pin badges for myself there, but you basically use them in either way on these.
Yeah, but any of them, if you were to put, like as you were casting the resin, if you were to put a little loop in the back of it, you could, like a thread or something, you can also use them as little decorations around the Christmas tree or pendants or anything.
Now these are, we've got some very cute ones on here with absolutely fantastic. Now actually in here we do have some new today's as well as some that you may have spotted from a previous show in here, but you've got the holly that you're just looking at there, they are new for you as well. The lovely little, that is the cutest little house, that is perfect that. That's also new on the show for you today, so if you've not seen that one yet, this is the absolute to go for. These are, we've got, now these ones, we've had these ones on once before for the, is it hexagon we've got in there as well?
The more generic shapes have been on before because they're a firm favourite with everyone.
They work really nicely. Oh, is it an octagon? Is it an octagon or a hexagon? So it's an octagon.
Is that one an octagon?
Yeah. Well, I've just called it a hexagon. It is an octagon, so I do apologise for that one. The Love Heart. Now, the Love Hearts are they new?
No, they were one of the first ones, but again, they're a favourite.
Keep up with everybody. If you keep up with me, you're doing well, because I'm doing my best here. But we've got, the stocking. Now, the stockings are new for you. Very, very cute. These are I'm also thinking those little charms you put on your drinks, you know, the sort of champagne flutes, etc.
The little wine glass charms. We've done them on a previous show, but they would be ideal for that.
They would, wouldn't they?
Because you could cast little letters again with, you know, like initials for like table settings at dinner around your napkin rings and things like that.
Especially for your Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
You want to put a little stocking on there quite possibly as well to work with. One of my favourites, I have to say, is down the bottom. We've got that real festive fit again from our lovely Christmas tree, and then from a gorgeous Christmas, I think it's absolutely perfect anyway, but the little gingerbread man. Now, these are very, very cute.
So you've got there, one of them's made out of the oven baked clay.
Oh, right.
One is a solid pigment, and the other one is a glitter one. So 3 different little gingerbread men.
3 great ways of working with these. But I mean, either way, you're still getting some really lovely detail in there. You've got little bow tie, the buttons, all those that are in there. That is really nice. Now, for this price, it's only $9.99. Now, you can choose any 2 of those designs for the moulds to work with for yourself. So whether you're going to go all festive, or you're going to go stocking and Christmas tree, are you going to go gingerbread man in the little house, that'll work nice as well. And you do get the pin back. You do get the hairpin as well that comes as part with those kits. 750065. Lots to choose from there. You want to go for a couple of different sets, actually, for that pick and mix, but really good value on that. Nice set, because don't forget, your Flextravaganza means you can spread any price, of course, across 2 payments. Tuesday morning, it's tough already, isn't it? Right, now we've also got your earrings to work from, and we've got fantastic shapes again here. Another one of your pick and mix for any two that you would like to work with on here. I have to say, I know we're going to be starting and working away, of course, with your fabulous shapes in here, your diamond shapes, for example. We've got the love hearts that are in there. I mean, really, really cute. And we've got the lovely little bows and ribbon that you can see. Now, these are brand new, actually, as sets for your earrings, so you've not seen those before. If you'd like to go to those, add to ones you've possibly already got. Now, if you're carrying on with that theme of a festive feel, we've got the brand new in candy canes. They're great, they actually are a lot of fun for those. It could be a nice, could be a J, could be a little walking stick as well, possibly. For, you might be using it for very small little people that you like in looking at that. Working away across there, we've got the lovely little bells. Will go very nicely there, brand new, very nicely. The first ones that we had, of course, which were the larger bells, if you're thinking of working with those. Now, I do like the mittens. They're proper mittens that you pop on when you're going to go and build a snowman. Really nice and warm. We love the mittens. Then if you want to go for those and pop those ones into your basket. And then last but not least, we will have for you, you can see the beautiful leaves that are in there with those particular moulds. Again, £9.99. Choose any two that you want to go for there. 609212. The website, of course, is the place to go to. Have a look there. Loads of different designs for you. All of the options available, of course, on thecraftstore.com. We've got different pigments in there for you that you can see. We've got some of the different, well, you'll work with that with your resins themselves that you go. So whatever resins you are thinking of working with at home, of course, these are the perfect shapes to work with it as well. We're hoping to have our resin in for our next show with Rebecca itself, but I'm sure you may already have a little bit already that you can work with, but definitely worth getting the moulds in now, so that as soon as you can get some more of that resin in stock, then you'll be ready to go. So get them whilst you can. Right there, Rebecca, so what are we going to be starting off with?
Well, I was thinking I will show you a fun way to use the round mould to make like a wreath necklace.
Oh, nice, lovely. Okay.
So okay, to start with, so I've used just the circle mould, and I've just gently pushed the resin, because it moves like honey.
Yeah.
I've just pushed it to the edges and mixed it with a bit of the pearlescent pigment.
Oh, right.
And then set it so there's a circle. So it's a little bit wonky because I didn't do a very good job just then, but you won't notice because I'm going to put embellishments on it using some of like the earring shapes and things like that.
Right.
So then I have just mixed up the smallest amount of glitter and the resin straight from the bottle, and then just popped it in these little holly leaves, and then I would hold the torch on that for a little bit. So I'm just going to run the torch over it for a second, then pop that to one side and leave it propped up so it will cure whilst I'm showing you the next thing.
Oh, right.
So I'll just leave that out the way.
The nice thing about these moulds is actually even sort of the smaller ones we've got for earrings, for example, they still got a nice depth to them.
Yes.
So you do still get a really nice image that comes out the work with.
If you were using them as a decoration, you can half fill them, you know, if you didn't want them to be too deep, so that you still get the shape but not the depth.
Right.
So I'm going to do a little bow to go on so that I'll have a little bow on the front, and then I'm thinking a holly leaf there with some little berries, and then maybe a little gingerbread man on to finish.
Oh,
and then
perfect.
it'd be a cute little pendant. So all you have to do is use a little bit of the resin, and then I'm going to use a pearlescent red for and that's one of the pearlescent pigments that are on the website that I'm using.
Right.
Shaking that up before I use it because it separates. And then, oh, I think I picked up the wrong one. Oh, either way. That is the pearlescent.
You don't need a lot, do you?
No, and I think I'd possibly even put too much then, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll add a little bit more resin. So, I mean, those little tiny bottles go a long way because you're working with smaller crafts.
Yes.
So, look at that. The shine on this is so pretty.
Yeah, the colours are nice for that.
But again, you could be using your clays in this to form these little tiny decorations, and then they pop out lovely.
So if when we get them out to work with them the first time round, straight out the packaging, do we need to do any other prep on the moulds themselves before we can work with them?
I mean, they attract dust terribly. Like,
do they?
they're really bad for it. But if there is any dust on it, you just a little bit of warm soapy water to clean them down, and then they're ready to go. And then you just want to dab it down rather than use tissue or anything. You need to use sort of cloth because you don't want any fibres on it. But other than that, they're pretty durable.
They're pretty good.
And I cast them quite thick so that they hold in place, so that they've got some weight to them, so they sit nice and flat when you are using them.
Because I know that Catherine she puts in on some of the bit of corn flour that might go into those. Do you need to do anything like that with these?
With the UV resin, no. I haven't got to do any of that. And I think because it's set so quickly as well, you can pop it out quite quickly. You're fully curing it, so there's not any residue usually.
Well, I see.
But I mean, if you were using these with I'm no expert in the other resin at all. But if that's what she suggests, I would go with her advice for sure.
I never questioned Catherine anyway.
The cornflowers for the air dry clay.
Oh, the cornflowers for the air dry clay.
Thank you.
She's always listing everybody. She's always walls have ears, everybody. Walls have ears.
But yeah, if you've just purchased the previous resin, then that should work perfectly in this because it's similar concept. So I've just done one little bow there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run the torch over it. Again, same premise, 2 minutes. If you've got a nail lamp at home, you can pop it under the nail lamp. And then with these moulds, because they're translucent, you can flip them over and run the torch over the other side if you're using like a...
Oh, to the right.
Yeah, because if you're using a dark glitter, like a black especially, you definitely want to just run the torch over, because if the light can't get to it, it won't cure fully.
Oh, okay, so it does need to have contact with the light, yes.
Yeah, so as long as the light can get to it, you're fine. So
we do hope to have the resin back in stock again
very soon.
Next time as well. So yes, I'm sure you're well aware. You know, lots of people have been waiting on lots of deliveries sometimes for products, etc., like those. You know, and things getting stuck in a Suez Canal and not having a driver to deliver things. You know, everyone's been up against it, haven't they? So. But everyone's doing their very, very best. So just keep your eyes peeled. Watch this space, as they say, for more resin to follow for the UV curing.
Okay, so the little leaves that I did before, they're ready to pop out now. So I'm just going to lift them out, and you've got a pretty little leaf. And I did them separately so that if you wanted to use this same mould for an earring, you could do like one leaf on each and then just attach that to... Well, even I was going to do the berries and then at the top. So if you imagine that's the edge of your berries, and then you can put your earring back on your berries, and then cast it as like a little dangly. So as you see, we're starting to build it up now. So I've got a couple of leaves, so I put one there and one that side, and then I'll attach them with the resin at the end. Okay. And then I'll use some of this red I had from the bows to do my little berries.
I mean, these... are people okay to make these to sell?
Oh, of course,
That's okay
yeah. Because every single one that someone else makes is going to turn out completely different to anyone else. So
yeah, you're right. Depending on materials that you're going to go with and styles. So maybe if you are making for others, but great if you have to make your own gift ideas as well. If you have got your own resins, for example, already, or whatever materials you'll be working with, to be able to create your own little treats for people, your own jewellery for people.
And as we were saying earlier, you could, if you were making a soap, you can use these tiny moulds to make the little decorations and embellishments to pop on the top.
Yeah.
And it just, it's just something a little bit fun to add to it.
You know, the nice thing as well, when you get to some of those nice sort of luxurious department stores and they have a very luxurious Christmas cracker.
Oh yes.
They not only got sort of a loud bang when you put in there, and a quality gift, which is what you always judge it on for. Not so much the joke, but around the actual bit where they're sort of bound together as well. Some of them have a nice
really pretty little
element on there as well.
That you could pop on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, yes. So maybe you're thinking about really going to town and having a quality cracker made yourself.
Okay, so I've just ran the torch over the back of the bow now. So can you see that? So
that's pretty.
I'm going to pop it out. And how quick was that?
That's brilliant.
The lovely little bow. So I'll probably, once I'm doing this, if you can see, like because I'm not going to attach these till the end, so I've got all my pieces and I can see where I want everything.
Right.
So as a little wreath, and then I've got some little berries I just did. They're so tiny and cute.
They are.
And with
they
these,
are very cute.
With these moulds, what I've done on the inside is there's like raised sections to give little details.
Oh, okay.
Because you can then use a tiny bit of like acrylic paint to highlight these details. So in the berries there's actually little lines separating them all. So if you wanted to run a little bit of paint over, let it dry, and then wipe off the excess, you'll get that extra detail on your berries, and then just so cute.
Yeah, because I did notice them, like I said, we talked about the gingerbread men, for example, the leaves that were on there as well. You can see the sort of the vein of the leaves in there, the detail, etc.
Just those little extra details that just make it pop. Because at the moment that's kind of 2D, but once you put those lines in, you get like a little 3D effect. And then I've got little clay. So he's made from like the baking clay. So if you were to pop him on in the middle, you could just build it up however you like and make a really cute, because that could be a Christmas decoration or a pendant. Definitely. But how sweet is that in a few seconds we've just done that?
That is genius. And the other thing about it is actually it seems like a very clean crafting way of doing this as well.
Yes, I mean, for people who, you know, if you need to just sit at a table, you know, you can do it all in one place. As long as you've got your bits there, it's a tabletop craft.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep your windows open and don't shine your torches in your eyes, it's quite a safe craft to do as well. But so lovely.
I love that.
What would you like to see now?
Well, I'll tell you what, do I just need to give a quick update? Because we've actually... the pin badges, also, by the way, are proving very, very popular as well, that we've got for you. If you want to go for the pick and mix, then you can do. Then we've got a lot of the newies in there for you, certainly with the festive kind of feel. Oh, now the holly at the moment is the most popular at the moment. Was that half the stock? Half the stock of the holly has, I'm not sure, I've just had coffee, honestly, but half the stock, there we go, of our holly has already been allocated. Now, it is part of a pick and mix, so if you were thinking of going for that one, do grab that one nice and quickly. Also, the Christmas trees, also approaching half of the stock for the Christmas trees as well. How's that little gingerbread man? We're just, I don't know. Slow it down, Scott. Slow it down. It's busy. They're 40%. Oh, you've got to give the little gingerbread men a home. They're almost 40% of the stock of those have been allocated. But they are cute. They're really fantastic. And I think the best thing is you'll find loads of ways. Yes, in jewellery. Yes, in decoration. But just those little elements, you know, certainly on any craft projects that you're working with, because I think they're the perfect size. If you just add something in like those, certainly on a little Christmas card if you're making, or something like that, or decorations for ornaments that can be going on the tree that you're creating, these are perfect. You've got the stockings in there, Christmas tree. You've got the little house as well, which is also brand new for you, and the bear as well. But really, really popular. Just $9.99, any two, with all the little elements for you. 750065. Did you say the bear? Sorry, I didn't hear. Oh, I just want to see the little bear, because I love the little bear. Again, the details there are, oh, look. How cute. It could be a little polar bear at Christmas as well, yes. Yes, it depends what you're going to make them with. Could be. Right, the circle option as well, also proving very popular. It's a nice big size one to work with on this. We also got the bell, of course, as well. $15.99 with those, with your silicone moulds. Now, these are the larger ones in comparison to some of the other elements that you're looking at here. So it's a really good size one to work with, either for a pendant or for decoration as well. 339149. Now, we've had a couple of questions. Oh, from Jane. Very good morning, Jane. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for your company. Oh, so when the resin comes back in stock, will it actually work with any silicone mould?
Well, yes, in theory. So if it's not a translucent mould, it won't fuse to the mould, but if you were using like a solid colour mould that you've got at home, you need to build up the layers as you're putting in it. If it's like a 3D one, as long as the light can get to it, it's fine. But if it's one that, you know, has got a hidden section right at the bottom, you want to pop a little bit in, cure it, next layer, cure it.
I see. So that's a layer by layer by layer stage.
Just because you can't get the light down to it. But if it's a flat mould, then you shouldn't really have any problems, because you can flip it out and then run the torch over afterwards, as long as it's got like something to it. It's just, you want to avoid getting anything stuck to the mould that can't get the light to it.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
No, absolutely does. Absolutely does. Now, there's a two-part this, because Jane's got another question as well, and actually was wondering, can you marble it with the pigments?
Yes.
So you rather get a solid colour, you get a lovely sort of
So you want to pre-mix the pigment separately. So so then you put your clear resin directly into the mould, and then you would already have a little bit of the pigment, or it needs to be mixed in with the resin, and then you can marble that mix through it. Because if not, you'll find you'll have too much pigment in one place, and when you set it, it will almost bleed out of it because it's not fully mixed in.
Right.
But you can do that effect, and it looks lovely.
Perfect as well. Now, another question is from Jane, is third part as well.
Brilliant. I love it.
Thank you very much, Jane. Great questions, all of these as well. Do we think the resin will be with us in time for Christmas?
Yes, it should be in time for Christmas. It should have been here last week. It could literally arrive tomorrow. That's the
that's the annoying thing. Yes, it could well have been here. But yes, so there we go. That's it, Jane. Thank you very much indeed. I think you've covered all the questions actually, which is perfect. But if you have any more, anybody else, let us know. studio@thecraftstore.com. Absolutely. Brilliant. Right then, are we good to carry on then?
Yeah, shall I?
Thank you.
I was going to just show something you could do with the oven baked clay that I've got with the same moulds. So I've just mixed a few colours together to make it pretty, and then I've got the heart mould. And with these, because they're quite sturdy, you can like properly push into them. I am not a polymer clay expert in at all. I only do this as a hobby. So I'm sure if you've got any tips, tell me. So I'm just doing this so you can see how the mould shapes. So I'm just going to push it all the way in and press down, and avoiding my spacer again. And they've got a bit of give to them with these, so you can see it's flexing as I'm doing it, but once I've got it in there, you can almost pull it back a little bit, so you make sure you don't lose that nice shape around the edge.
Right. I mean, these are great with regards to work with children. If you're making their own little piece, they can put onto their pencil cases or put onto their. My little girl is mad for anything that can clip onto her school bag.
Yes, on the book bags.
On the book bags, exactly. I mean, things like this are great, even with a festive feel, but even for any time of the year, really.
And if you were making these larger ones, you know the large bows that the girls are wearing now, as the central decoration for it, because with the loop on this one, you can sew it onto the hair bow. So that's what my daughter's doing anyway.
You see. This is another craze with it, isn't it? They always want. I mean, to be honest, I've seen the weight of my little girl's school bag. It's not school books or anything else in it. It's everything else that's hanging on the outside of the clips and the straps that go with it. And it's mad. And her friend has got. I think I never had as many teddies as what she's got actually on the outside of the bag going into school. So, you know, busy.
So with this now, I've just pushed it all the way down. You can see it's formed a lovely, perfect heart there. And I'm just going to pop that out very carefully. Oh, I've torn it, but very carefully. And then there you go. So you can see it gives that lovely shiny finish. So if you were just making the clay, you could pop that straight in the oven now, and you've got your necklace to go. But here's one I made earlier.
So, nicely done, nicely done.
So this one I've baked in the oven. It's this semicircle mould. And I was just going to show you how you can now make that look really cool using the resin.
Okay, yeah.
So if we were to mix... Well, I'm obsessed with all these like nice chunky holographic glitters and things. So I'm just going to put a blob of resin on there and get maybe... Okay, I'm just going to go for a really simple, clear, holographic glitter. And these are just glitters I've got at home from a craft stash. This is actually stolen from a kid's activity set.
Now, this is the one that was in the one that I've got on the counter with me, isn't it? With the one that really caught the light. Is it that right?
Yeah, that one is the solid pigments mixed with a holographic glitter in a different section. And this one is, so you've got the polymer clay as you're backing on this. This is where I'm getting the colour from on this one, is the clay itself. So I've mixed that all in now, because you want to separate your glitters, because they group bunched together, and obviously you're putting it into almost like a glue consistency.
Right.
So I'm going to add a little bit more resin so that, because I want it to space out when I put it on there, so that you get that really reflective surface. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop that on there. Actually, what I would normally do if I was working with this, because wear gloves if you're new to this, because I do it and I don't ever touch it. That's the only reason I don't wear gloves. But I would definitely recommend,
if you're starting out,
wear gloves, because you do not want to touch it, just because you've got to treat it like it's a super glue. You don't want it on your hands, you don't want it in your hair, which is very... So I just put a bit of masking tape, so I've got a bit of control with it underneath. And then it moves like honey, so it's quite thick and you've got quite a lot of control. And then I'm just going to push it to the edges. And then once that sets, the glow, the shine of that glitter will magnify all those lovely colours behind.
Yes.
And when you get to the holes, just try and use a little clear bit, because you want to go round it just to reinforce your shape there. I've just gone through it. So what I would normally do is I have a drawing pin, so any of the tiny holes I would just come through and just make sure it's hollow. But even if you get like a very thin layer through the hole, when you set it, you can poke the pin through and make sure your hole's there, because it's like, well, you should really try and get minimal through the hole. I'm just being
prevention's
clumsy.
better than
yeah, prevention's better than cure. But there we go. I'll try a bit harder on that.
But if you were to create something and you wanted to add extra holes for it, if you were hanging it again for more decoration, or you wanted to put something through it, is it something you can actually sort of get through with anything, or is it once it's solid, it's solid?
No, you can with the resin, do you mean, or the clay?
Yeah, with the
resin. With the resin, you can screw into it. So I usually use a pin to make an initial hole, and then use those little eyelet you know, the little loops to screw into it.
Yes.
As long as you're very careful with it, you have to be so gentle.
Right.
It will screw into it. But it is solid, like it is rock solid once it's cured. That's what makes it so durable for like key rings and things like that. So it is better to pick a mould that's got the loops in for ease, but it is doable. So.
Yeah, I like the idea for key rings as well. I think that's great for a personalised one if you want a certain style or colours.
You can put photos, if you printed off a picture from the internet and then put PVA glue on it, just on normal printer paper, just to seal it so that the inks don't bleed. You can then submerge it in and put the resin on the top, and it will magnify what's in there. So now this has got a clear layer over the whole of it with the glitter in, and I'm just going to run the torch over it. So.
Is that the same? Also, I'm just thinking about that with dried flowers. If you, or is it in case of anything that you must seal it off first before you?
So you can put dried flowers in it. It just has to be completely dry, because any moisture will continue to rot inside the resin.
Right.
And I think that's the same with all the resins.
Right.
But yeah, anything dry, and your pigment powders and all of that, it looks beautiful in it.
Yes, if you are wondering about the res as well, we are hoping to have it in ASAP. It's with deliveries as they have been, etc., and drivers of the trucks, etc. But yeah, watch this space. Definitely worth checking out. So as soon as it's in stock, you can add that back in as well. But I do like the fact that it's so nice and easy as well with the curing of it.
Well, it just set so quick, so it's a completely different thing. So the other resins are fantastic for you know, your bigger things. For your tiny things, like obviously this is easier, but they're both lovely.
Yeah.
I just love all the crafts.
Well, look, while you're just curing that off, I will just go through, because the pin badges are proving really, really pop, because it is on a pick and mix, of course, and we've got lots of newies in here as well for you to add into it if you want to. Then, of course, we've got all the lovely diamond shapes. We've got the star shapes that you can see. I said the skull is very dramatic, isn't it, as well? Very, very nice, actually. I do like that. We're seeing the pinks with a bit of sparkle. Don't often see a skull like that as well, but a sparkly skull. Very nice. Is one of the other options on there. Don't forget, you can pick any two. We have a bear, could be a little polar bear, but loving the bear. If you want to work that, that'd be nice on a little key ring, possibly even to work with those. Now, the holly. Now, 80% of the stock of the holly has now already been allocated. So don't forget, as part of a pick and mix, if you do want these and you're thinking about that as one and then something else to go with it, make sure you do pop those ones into your basket because 80% of the stock has gone before you get them home. Speaking of which, we have a little home as well, which is on there for you. If you would like to go with that, do you like that? Perfect, that's exactly the kind of little house that I drew as well. I like that perfect little chimney, the 2 windows and the door there, all ready to go for your home. That could have your front door key on it for the home. I think that's what we're working on as well. Then we've also got now definitely an octagon that we are looking at, or rather me calling them a hexagon, as I did earlier on. And then we've also got, what else we got? The love heart. The love heart is there for you. Don't forget, all of these are there for either you get the part for the pin badge and the hairpin that you are going to be working with, whichever ones you choose from. And then at the bottom, we've also got more of your festive new ones. We've got the Christmas stocking that you can see. Again, perfect. Maybe you're going to do a little accent on your Christmas cracker or even on your presents. You're going to go or decorations. So we've got the lovely stocking for you. The Christmas tree also approaching 80%. I think a lot of people are going tree and the holly possibly there. A nice little combo that will work very, very nice with your Christmas tree. And last but not least, and we've seen them in the demonstration earlier on, is our wonderful little gingerbread men. Very cute as well. Also approaching 80% of the stock there. Whichever ones you're going to go for, choose any two and you pick a mix. It's just $9.99 with all the elements that you need for that, and that's 750065. Don't forget, we are also part of the Flextravaganza this week, right the way through until Friday. So if you buy your pick and mix in this hour and you want to put that onto a flexi, you can do. You can spread that over 2 payments if you so wish. The craftstore.com, that's where we're going to give you the chance to get everything else on there, but also you've also got the pigments to work with. Now, these are your pearlescent pigments in here, and there's a huge array for you to choose from on these. You can do. You've got the yellow, white, bright red, the black and the gold, light pink, light blues, your purples and brownish reds, and bronze and golds, all of there. Rose, pink, dark green, green, bronze, you name it, pretty much it's on there. So all you got to do is choose which two of those that you would like to go for. There's a lot to choose from, so good luck in making that decision. Just $9.99 if you'd like to go. 628654 is your item code for those. Right, how are we getting on with the queuing as we left you there? I think it was.
Good. I'll show you that one quickly then. So that's got a lovely shiny layer on it now, and it's solid.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
You can just pop your jump rings on and turn it into a necklace. So next, I was going to show you the little Christmas tree.
Yes, please. Yeah, it's proving very popular, the Christmas tree and the hollies.
So I've just mixed the tiniest amount of like a brown glitter with the resin, and I'm just going to scoop that up, and I'm going to pop it in its little trunk. And if you hold your mould up and like tilt it as you're putting it in, so that it doesn't encroach onto the Christmas tree bit, and because this is going to be under the light for a few minutes, like when you do the green as well, you don't need to fully cure this. You just need to cure it enough to hold it in place for a second.
Right, right.
To stop it running. So that's enough to get it to not move. So now I'm going to mix some green glitter. And I've got some of the green glitter there that I used before, but I'm going to just mix it all together because it seems a shame to waste it, and it will all be a lovely green. There we go.
Yeah, it's a nice sparkly glittery one, though. It's very deep.
There we go.
Not like your Christmas tree by the end of Christmas.
Unless you have a fake one like me. We just had to cut down a 60-foot Christmas tree from our that the previous owners planted years and years ago from our garden because it was getting dangerous. It was that big. And it wasn't until I saw the man at the top of it chopping it down that I really realised how large this tree was. It was tiny.
Yeah. Wow.
But it had seen a few Christmases. Okay, so I'm just pushing this into the corners there of each one.
Now, while you're doing that and just creating the Christmas tree there, the Christmas tree option has just gone limited stock, actually. So a lot of people... I'm glad to see that the festive feeling is amongst us all now. Well, I think we're going to make a lot more of it this Christmas. So, you know, so make sure you've got your mini Christmas trees in. So, yeah, approaching limited on our little... Oh, we are limited now. We are limited stock on the Christmas tree. My producer was singing "Oh Christmas Tree, Oh Christmas Tree" to me in there in a second, and it was a moment, everybody. I'm not sure. I don't say positive or negative. I'm just saying it was a moment, and it happened, and I can't deny that. It was a lovely thing. Got a nice little voice actually there, to be honest. No one's ever said that to her before, apparently. So there we are. There's a first, and I'm hoping that she'll walk around with a spring in her step today.
As I'm curing that, shall I show you how to paint the little details on the gingerbread man?
Oh, yeah, great.
So it's so, like, I'm sure everybody knows how to paint, but it looks so cute once it's finished. So I've got the tiniest little bit of red, and you can see it gives you like a nice rough surface that the paint can adhere to on these. So you have to be obviously a little bit more careful when you're doing it on the clay compared to the resin, because the resin you can wipe it off. But this little guy's made of clay, so I'm going to have to be really careful. Should have brought a finer paintbrush. But you get the gist. Little bow tie.
What is it about gingerbread men that we all just love so much?
They're just so happy, aren't they?
They are.
Even though their fate is nearing, you know.
It's taken a turn now, Rebecca. I was with you for a second. I was worried. Now I'm thinking,
they're just delicious, though, is the problem.
They look so cute. I'm going to eat him. Yes. Oh, I know, they're brilliant. Very well dressed, our little gingerbread man.
Very
there with
smart.
a bow tie.
There we go. Not my best work. Should have brought a finer paintbrush, but you get the gist.
Well, they're actually quite deep grooves and holes that are in there, aren't they?
Yes, it's so that when it's with the resin that the paint can sit in it, and you've got enough, you can wipe it off without wiping the paint out the holes. So you can go over the surface. Because I make acrylic jewellery as well. This is a similar, it's how you get the detail onto your acrylic jewellery.
Right, right. Just to let you know that the Christmas tree has now technically sold out. But the good news is, it is back, but it's on extended delivery, and now we're looking at dispatch now from Friday for you. So not too long to wait, but immediate dispatch has gone on those right now. So don't miss out on the other ones. If you want to get them for immediate dispatch, then please make sure you don't hesitate in getting them into your basket.
Okay, so my little gingerbread man, it's got some details, so we'll leave him to dry.
Yeah, lovely.
There he is.
There he is.
So
perfect.
Right, now there's your little Christmas tree, and again, with the design we did earlier, just pop him out, and isn't he cute? He's quite see-through, that one, so he would look lovely, you know, in front of your fairy lights on your Christmas tree.
Yes.
He would really sparkle. But again, with this same little setup we did before, we could do a little Christmas tree in the middle instead.
Ah.
So sweet.
It is lovely as well. Them all working together, the same sort of sizes, that you are going to have, you know, lots of options to which formation you work with.
And then you could make them into earrings as well, to have matching earrings to your necklace. And this is just a ridiculously festive theme, but you could do a slightly more subtle theme.
We don't do subtle. Oh, no, what was that question? Could you put a magnet, if you had a magnet in the resin?
Yes, I'm bringing, well, hopefully on a future show, I'm going to bring a kit to make needle minders. So you can put magnets in the back and make your own needle minders.
That's a great idea.
And they turn out, they're strong because the resin obviously holds it in there.
Yes.
And, but still light enough that you can use it on your embroidery. So magnets can go into the back of them.
They can. Well, do you know what? That's our director's question, actually, from there. So hats off to him on there. Very good indeed. And do you know when you're back in on the show?
No, not yet, because we've just moved me around, so I'm not sure what's...
It's all changed, it's all changed.
So
well, keep watching this space,
out.
basically, to see when Bet will be back in for those. Oh, holly option is also now limited stock on the holly option, so if you are... And so is the gingerbread man. You see, now you're giving a little bow tie. Our gingerbread man has also got limited stock. So, if you do want them on immediate dispatch, please make sure you get them in and out, checked out of your basket ASAP. Don't forget you can choose any two on your pick and mix there, just $9.99, 750 065. Oh, which one? Oh, the bear's fallen down. Sorry, I'm sure. When did that happen? Was that me? Probably was me. There we go. Put a little bear back. It's... Yes. I felt like I was doing a game of Buckaroo there for a second, if I was going to put it on and the whole lot was going to go flying through you, actually. So, yeah, I'm glad that the bear is back in there. We've also got, don't forget, the earrings are proving very popular. If you would like to go for the earrings set, so again, it's on a pick and mix for you to choose from on here as well. Again, brilliant price point, £9.99. The bows are the most popular, as it's. There they are, and half the stock of the little bows has now already been allocated. So if you would like to go for those, just pop you on the radar as well. What was that question? If it's what? Ah. Now, now our producer's now saying on the little bows, if you didn't put the resin on the bottom part of the actual ribbon that's on there, she thinks like a little superhero mask, little eye. So you could only half fill it. You never know.
You can, and you've got the control with it because you're setting it so quickly. If you tilt the mould slightly, you can stop it running into those sections and set it as you go. And even if you set a little barrier, like did a little line with resin, it would act as like a natural dam on it to stop it running. Right, yes, you see. Would you like to see? You could put one of your gingerbread man, superhero gingerbread man as well, mix them together. Why not? See, there's endless ideas of what you could do here. 609212, if you'd like to go for the earrings, look at those again. Pick any two for £9.99, and you do also get the earring backs as part of that with those. Oh, there's those lovely leaves. Again, we talked about the veins and the details in there. The lovely mittens, perfect again. And, of course, we've got the lovely bell. And don't forget, in the first set, we've got the circle and the larger bells. If you are looking to go for a matching set to go with a pendant and the earrings that you might be working with, also the candy cane, really lovely choices on those. 609212 at £9.99. Right, we're back with you then. I've just filled up this mould with a bit of glitter. It's the star mould, and I've just filled it with some chunky glitter and some fine glitter. And I just wanted to show you how I would, if I was turning it into a little Christmas decoration, how simple it would be. So I'm just going to initially get I've just got some normal embroidery thread, but you can use ribbon or whatever. I'm just going to coat the end so it's a bit more controllable. And then it's just a case of, you could either attach this afterwards, but if you didn't want to have like a raised back, you wanted it to be nice and flush with the mould, then that's why I've just submerged it like that. Right. Now, I would normally probably put a pigment or something in this as well, just to give it a bit more colour so it showed up on the tray. And then pushing that to the edges just to make sure, and making sure the end of that's in. And it's so, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's so simple. No, not at all. But you can achieve so much. But that's the nice thing about it, you know, in the time we've had on the show, you know, you've created loads of little things, which is great. And it is easy, it is quick, and I think that's why it's so nice as well, that, you know, you can even make, you're not sure what to wear for the night for that jewellery, make your own. Then. Matching your outfit. Match your outfit, absolutely. Yes, but you've got all the themes in there, and I say, you know, for people that like to create their own, you know, my little girl, for example, you know, the whole idea of novelties of earrings and dressing up and all of that is still, you know... Oh, and phone charms. It's massive. Phone charms, of course, yes. Bag charms. I saw a lovely... people are always sending me the pictures, which is so lovely. Oh, and this lady made, used the tiny little gingerbread man, and she made little Christmas wax melts of it and put them in those little organza bags, and they look so cute as a little gift. I know nothing about soap making or wax melts again, but she did it. It looked nice. Oh, that's nice. Little cupcake toppers. Oh, you mean the little decorations that you put the names on and stuff? Yeah, they would look sweet. Yeah, no, loads of ideas on those little elements. I've seen as well people use it to do, you know, the straws, the reusable straws. Oh, yes. To make embellishments that go on the side of them, so that, you know, like they're all different again at parties. Right. Yes. Similar to the wine charms, but yeah, but I haven't made any of them yet myself. On the to-do list. On the to-do list, yeah, definitely.
But the nice thing is, you know, that each one of these, you know, you can use them in so many different ways, and a great way to personalise them, putting names on them for placings as well, of course, around tables. If we talk about on crackers, decorations on trees, as well as your jewellery that you're looking at, key fobs that you might be making as well. If you want to sort of give them that personal, or again on your bags, we talked about your mobile phones. But just on crafting projects, you know, not even to practical things, but if you were looking at sort of nice cars, little elements like this.
3D elements.
We have so many lovely shows where you can buy your packs of your embellishments, your little elements in there, that just on one of those, one can just
pop a little bit more.
It, doesn't it, that project. But there's our lovely star.
You ready to see me pop it out?
Yeah, let's
so
see
you got
it
the
come
thread.
through, yes.
So with this one, I should have used like a see-through thread, obviously, but look at how lovely that is.
See?
Can you see that? There you go.
Perfect.
Lovely. And just catches the light, amazing. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it still.
No,
for you.
no,
I'll put it on the back there so you can see it there.
But you do, and you can see you get a really nice depth as well to the moulds. You're getting a nice solid elements that's coming through, whatever that is. Yeah, so I think that's quite nice for little earrings as well.
Sweetie. But yeah, they're totally, like, you can tap that, it's solid now.
Yes.
And not sticky at all. And you can do that with a torch. That's it. I had a lady say she makes resin trays, and she was really struggling with getting the handles on. So she bought some of the UV resin just to put a little bit around the edge so that the handles she'd cast would stay in place. I thought and using the torch makes it easier for the just doing little
that's a good idea.
Strange shapes like that. But if you were doing this as an ongoing craft, then just getting a nail lamp just makes it so much easier, you know, like popping loads in at once.
Yeah,
and just
as if you're
standard,
grilling them off.
Yeah.
Pop them under there.
Well, I've got mine stacked up like little ovens, because I make so much.
I was going to say, yeah, you must be busy with them as well, keep them on going. We've got just only 5 minutes left. Is there anything in there that you'd really love to show us as well to finish off? Or, you know, bearing in mind we've got people that may just be tuning in now that have just finally sat down, maybe done the school run. Lovely to have your company.
The cute little leaves?
Yeah, lovely. We've not looked at the leaves, have we?
Pop them on, because these are a good one for all year round, because even though you can make them autumnal or like pretty summer leaves. So I'm just doing this one with a little bit of the brown.
If you have got any, by the way, any images or anything you've made already from the Beck Makes, of course, then can you send any pictures through? We'd love to see them. We've got a few minutes towards the end of the show. studio@thecraftstore.com. If you have got any nice images you might have worked on, then it'd be lovely to see, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to see if you've got any.
I just love it, because everything turns out so differently when people get creative. So I've just mixed an orange and a brown in together so we get a nice little autumnal colours. I'm just going to push that. Now with this one, it has some really tiny little points on it, so you just need to make sure you're pushing it in there, and as long as you're getting it right down, like with a bit of force, you won't get any bubbles trapped. That's the only time you really get bubbles with this, is when you're using quite an intricate mould. You just need to push it in. I'll just do one so we don't run out of time.
Yeah. Do you have lots of lovely little elements all over your bags and on phones?
Do you know what? I'm terrible. I never wear jewellery, but I make tons of it, and I just sort of put it up like it's a decoration, you know, like all these boards of beautiful things. And not just things I've made, like things I've collected from other people, but they're just so pretty, you almost don't want to wear them.
Yeah. So everyone's getting them for Christmas presents, aren't they, this year? Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's a cop-out if I give people stuff I've made, like, you know,
well, it's still handmade.
Still handmade. It's just like, oh yeah, just from your business, is it? Yeah. Buying from your own shop.
I mean, I'm putting the extra £5 voucher off next time you purchase with this is always an interesting one, but...
There we go. So I haven't fully filled this because I want to show you before we run out of time. But with these, if you fill it right up to the rim of the mould, you won't get that horrible lip that you sometimes get where it's sort of gone up the side slightly.
Oh, okay.
So when it's fully filled, you won't have to do anything extra to it.
Right, it will level off.
Yeah, lovely. And again, this one's got a slightly darker glitter in, so it would take fractionally longer to set.
just to let you know that the holly option on the pin badge is now on extended. That's also sold out from there, so it's back on extended, and that is now looking at dispatch from Friday for you if you wanted to go for the holly option. So yeah, been very, very busy for these.
Do you want to show them the holly on the put it on the Christmas pudding so you can see it laid out?
I'm just going to pop over here for 1 second. Let me get my holly. Is it down the bottom? Where's my holly gone? Oh, there it is. And the little berries, so I can place them on. I'm knocking everything down.
It's okay, it's almost the end.
It's always so close, so close. But, yes. So I can get some of them on there as well. There. I don't know how... I'm sure we can. Can you get... If I tilt... Oh, no, am I going to tilt it? I need some to set off. My big clumsy fingers are going right in, but you would have them just... Oh, if I just hold it there. There. Oh, look, I tell you, tricky. But
it would look adorable together.
There you go.
And with that...
You get there. That's why you have people like Rebecca in to do proper demonstrations rather than me trying to hold things up. There we go.
You'd just use a tiny little blob of the clear resin
to set them
in place. And then if you wanted to attach... Oh, this is a question I get asked a lot. How do you put the earring backs on the earrings?
Oh, yes. Yep,
so what I would do is do a tiny little blob of the resin, and then I just use the earring back to scoop it up, and then I sit it on the back of the already set shape.
Oh, yeah.
And it will level itself over the two. And it's that overlap between the metal and the plastic resin that you've already made that gives it the strength.
That will do it.
Hold it in. So you need the overlap, because obviously with super glue you just put it on the back and stick it on underneath. So the other way around.
I'm glad we saw. Yeah, absolutely, really good. Well, we're down to about 30 seconds now at the end. So
let's pop it out.
Be popping it out. So now we don't know when Rebecca's going to be back on the show with us as yet, but do keep watching this space. And there's a lovely leaf detail on the back there also. So,
and again, we could stick that on our little wreath and do a little...
ready to go. Perfect. We've done a whole wreath. Rebecca, thank you so much indeed for sharing all that. Absolutely lovely to be with you. And thank you so much indeed as well. And good luck with your resins. OK, everybody, get ready. It's a real craft treat for you coming up next then. I'm sure you're going to have a lovely time with the ladies. Then we've got Quilted Antics coming up, and then we'll be back, of course, with the Jewellery One Day Special.
Did you know you can watch the Craft Store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, using the Craft Store app on your Amazon Fire Stick for free? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to